I kept telling you, take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out. Put butter in it. Give me
Butter.
some ice.
Butter. Whoa. Spin these bars. I go too fast in the car. I can rap for real.
Don't give me a lot of ice neither. Robert, use the hammer, yo. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta change that screen. You know what I mean? What's up, Minnie? Our boy's Minion's gonna come in here. You know what I mean? Alright, hold on. What did you just drop? Bob, I don't need that much ice. I don't even want that. You gave me too much ice.
You gotta be specific.
I was specific. I said it twice.
You said ice.
I said I don't need that much ice.
Nah. You said ice. I hear that. I hear that last part.
I don't want that.
I know.
I just said that.
I know.
You need to clean the counters off.
Finish the rest of that spray.
You got Ceremis. Get out of my face.
What that mean?
Facts for good.
You know I get on my tangents sometimes. I apologize.
It's okay. It really is okay. But you know, the TikTok video is only 3 minutes long.
Yeah, man. Ancient Egypt was here in America, you know. Maxim. They discovered the Sphinx in Memphis, 1912. Cuz, know thyself. Anybody telling y'all anything otherwise, they lying to themselves. Matter of fact, you can walk into the Grand Canyon and it'll lead you straight into Africa. Yeah. Let my cousin Pookie out. Oh, this boy don't know how to make hamburger helper. He said we down in Hades. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. Vince ain't come back. Hold on. Let me go get him. Do y'all see the guest box? If the guest box ain't there, then TikTok messed it up. I'm here. Alright, this back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gotta go to Arizona. We gotta walk into the Grand Canyon. We gotta go into the Temple of Isis. We gotta find the Sphinx, and we gotta put on our hiking shoes, our hiking gear. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna walk into Africa like, what's up, cuz?
We really don't have to do that because Montezuma's castle in Arizona is actually Morocco.
Right?
So we're already in Africa.
Yeah, that's what the treaty was about.
Arizona got everything. The Great Pyramid, we got the Sphinx, we got we could walk to Egypt and Grand Canyon, but furthermore, Montezuma's castle is Morocco.
You know? The Great Library of Timbuktu's in the Grand Canyon. That's on the west side.
I live in this place. I know this is all facts. I live here, but they do try to hide things, right? They blocked off the Grand Canyon. So we
Yeah.
can't go everywhere. But see, the white man is trying to hide it. So therefore, it's already there.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's how they
Fact.
be sounding for real.
I told you I
Not,
could do the opposing
yeah,
side.
not only that, brother. Now let me get in deep. The Mayan alphabet and the Egyptian alphabet is similar, bro. They share
No,
the same properties when it comes to the letters.
it's the same. They don't want you to know.
You see
Nope.
that?
Matter of
No,
fact,
no, I don't
I
see it.
heard
Yes, you
that
do.
they had somebody that was in the Grand Canyon and they found a replica looking like it could have been an Egyptian boat.
Oh, but let's
And
not
I
forget.
also heard that they found a Mali Empire boat on the West Bank of America and was down in I want to say somewhere in the Florida region.
Mm,
I could be wrong though. I got to do more research on that.
but let's not forget about Memphis, though. Memphis
Oh
got
yeah.
the sphinxes, all the pyramids,
No,
and the white.
they found Egyptian mummies in Memphis.
Yeah, and the mummies. Big facts.
That's where Ramses the Second. They found artifacts and a bust of Ramses the Second in Memphis. They try
And
to
this
keep
is
us closed off from the information, but you know what I'm saying? We dig too deep. We go too hard in the paint. They can't stop us from shooting free throws, baby. You know what I'm saying?
and you guys might not know this though, but we are the true Scottish. You might not know that, but we are the true Scottish people. Say they don't want you to know this information because we will take over the world. Because if they knew it was really Scottish, then they would know where red hair comes from.
Right?
Oh wait, Ashe.
Hotep.
You doing this a little too well. You must have did this shit before.
I never did. I just
she,
study
she
everybody.
get that shit on point.
I told y'all I could live.
See what it is they had us in bondage. They manipulated our brain so we don't think the same. So we lost a lot of the knowledge. Matter of fact, Mr. Lost Knowledge might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we
Maybe
need to hit him up so we can get this information.
I can't
Look,
take it that far. I
go to
can't take it that
YouTube. Go to YouTube. You got the internet. Go to YouTube.
all you
Type
gotta do
in
is
black people originated on Uranus. Type it in. It's URA,
They talk
I
about the
think
black.
N.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about the black.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
How you spell it? You want me to spell it for you?
see, you're not intelligent enough, so therefore you don't even know how to Google how to spell it. I shouldn't have to know how to spell it. And connected in your pineal gland, you should already know how to spell it. Why are you
Right.
asking me?
Why you ain't spell it if you opened your pineal gland? I turned it off so I could talk to you. Y'all not on my level.
And they be getting hundreds of thousands of views.
Hmm.
You probably still drink water. You're supposed to be drinking piss.
Oh no. I'm not gonna take it further than that.
Yeah, because King K had a son, and his son traveled into the Grand Canyon. And then when his son came out of there, the government, the United States government, just took all his information, his diaries, his notes. They took everything, and he never got it back. So we don't know what's really in there or not, because they took all the information. I mean, we can try to go to the Library of Congress and or get with major, not minor, and see if he got the information. I mean, I'm just saying.
But that's facts. But what people really don't know is that Mansa Musa is actually Native American.
Yeah, Mansa Musa switched the thing to Montezuma.
He's the one that came to from America to Africa, and then that's where you get Black Africans because they was the original Native Americans.
He took us over there to build the pyramids.
I say.
Yeah, shame. Listening to these people, I really could go on for hours. I could really have a whole conversation like that for real.
They gonna make me create another fucking TikTok account and act like I'm one of them.
Let's do it. That's why I said this. Man, I won't say it. There's too many people now, but I'll tell you guys the idea later, and they will fall for it. Yeah. Oh, man, brown girl pride. She know
And
what she
it
talking
might
about.
it might be. I heard something about that.
She know what she talking about for real. Montana, Utah. This is the real Africa.
Yes, it is. Blessed be thy name.
Amun Ra. Oh, they really believe us. Please, please, they really believe us.
Brother, we lost the language when we were in bondage. We're trying to elevate and get to our true higher selves through meditation and astral projection.
Cause y'all
And
know the
and
white
we
man.
also we also have to clear our urine. So therefore we have to disdain from eating anything for 7 days. Only thing we can put into our bodies is holy water and alkaline water from the mountain in Oregon. That's it, bro. That's it.
But you know they was lying on Dr. Sebi when he said sea moss was good for you. What it really was that 7 day cleanse water.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing else. No sea moss.
Nothing at all. It's okay though. We'll get back there. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to our higher self and we'll take the land. Matter of
58.
fact, I heard Child of the Sun was working on repairing the spaceship that Anubis the dog came here on, so we can travel to the Sirius constellation, so we can pick up more people to fight in the Galactic Federation.
Oh, they don't know about this information. See, it's,
He's like,
it's
why
on
do you
the
think my name is Child of the Sun?
right. It's on the tablets. It's on. If it's on papyrus, if it's on paper, it don't got nothing better to do than what's on the tablets. It has to be in stone. If it ain't in stone, it ain't true. These books don't
Right?
matter. These books don't matter. It has to be on the stone.
Yeah, he think we serious too.
They do. Serious. Oh, not the lizard and carbon people. Facts. Tabernacle. Yeah, 9 ether. But really now I'm a 15 ether being because I got the old blood type. And
You
if you don't got O blood
got that
type,
15. You got that 15 DNA sequence. You know what
right?
I'm
So I'm
saying?
15 ether. I'm even above the 9 ether.
That's that Anunnaki ghost gene. That non ether is gonna help us astral project and get to where we need to get to when we reach the Anunnaki, and Thoth gives us the information from the Emerald tablets so we can decipher it right. Because when you read the Emerald tablets and you line up the Emerald tablets with the Medu Neter, which is in Egypt, what they call the hieroglyphs, and you start breaking it down word for word, what it's saying, you got to decode it. You gotta, you gotta uncode the decoded word. Then you gotta grab, then you gotta go and grab the Da Vinci Code, and you gotta start looking at that, and you gotta do a parallel from parallel and line for line, bar for bar, and then after that, everything will start making sense when you open up the third eye.
Big facts.
You gotta align. As a matter of fact, this ain't for everybody. Because if you kind of align your chakras, you're not gonna be able to decipher the code of the Emerald tablets in the Egyptian hieroglyph. You're not gonna be able to reach your higher self.
You're just gonna see babble. Do
Yeah,
that etymology on Tristan. It goes back to Tristis Megistus. That's the Emerald Tablets. See? You don't even know, sister. Open your mind.
But you
Your
right,
soul
my
is
brother.
asleep.
You right, my brother. And then we gotta also understand that the Bible is an allegory for the sun. It
yes,
don't get deeper than that. But see, we all know that is true. But at the end of the day, the sun is really an alien. And
facts,
that alien
facts. I've been trying to tell people that that's facts.
and that alien created all of us, 15 ether beings. Everybody else, they are mutations.
He's
Right.
winking at us. When he got one eye open, the moon is the wink. He's winking. He's looking at us all the time. You just can't see him. He gave up
Right?
his sight in the moon so that we could see. He got one eye open.
Yeah, because he turned his back on us. That's why you only can see one side of the moon.
Facts.
That's what Moses was talking about. His
This
backside.
is too easy, yo. You
That's
can
why
spin
Moses.
it. You can spin it and play with it however you want. Because remember, in order for you to declassify your pineal gland and do everything you need to do when you align your chakras, and you break down the metal netter of the hieroglyphs and the emerald tablets of thought, and then when you meditate and when you get into deep meditation and you get that semen retention, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then after 7 days, after you clear your urine, you pee in the cup, and then you are able to release the semen in another cup. Then you can mix that up, and you got your sweetest semen smoothie.
But what they really
Vanilla
don't know,
lemonade.
they really don't know that women produce semen, and that's the highest glory. So
Yes,
you
because
got to get your
the,
semen
the,
from
the
a
the
woman.
female semen comes from the brain down the spinal cord.
I say, oh, I say, oh. These are the real facts, guys. These are the real facts.
Don't let them lie to y'all. See, they want y'all to open up the textbooks and just read. No, you sometimes you got to look at the words, and then you gotta imagine the words being in your head. You can't always just go off the evidence that's presented before you. You know what I'm saying? That
The
it's
real
just
knowledge,
like Noah's Ark could just be it's a metaphor. It could be you and your family traveling in a boat.
Yeah, it's
That don't
Kundalini
mean the
energy.
story was real,
the Kundalini has to rise before people. You don't even need books. Who needs a book?
right?
Don't read any
Matter of
book.
fact, I am the source. What am I? What do I mean? I don't need to study. I'm the source.
Stop reading, brother.
It comes from the top of the dome. See, the cranium is where you get all the information from because your brain is in K. Matter of fact, the skull that your brain is in is a prison cell, and you gotta release You got to release it. That's what the third eye is for.
It's a
That's
trick. They want
that's
you to
what
be
it is.
smart. But what
Yep.
they want you to be smart, but you actually need to be dumb.
Yep.
Stop, look, bro. Stop reading for a couple of years, and I bet you're not gonna think about this shit no more. Watch, trust me. I stopped reading 5 years ago. I don't think about none of that shit y'all talking about. None of it. My mind is clear.
Yep. So you gotta dumb yourself down because 2 times 0 is 0. So you gotta dumb
Fact.
yourself down. They don't want you guys to have this information, but I got you. I'm gonna lead my people. I'm gonna take y'all on the trip to the Sirius constellation. So every time y'all give me a gift, I'm gonna save the gift. And a year from now, we're gonna put all the gifts on one card, and then we're gonna go get the bus. And then from the bus, we're gonna go to NASA. We're gonna get on the space. No, matter of fact, we're not even dealing with NASA. We're gonna do what Elon Musk. We're gonna get on the ship, and he's gonna fly us to the Sirius constellation, so we can go home.
We gotta go home. We gotta go home.
This is
My
a
brother,
prison. Earth is a prison. We all fallen from grace. And in order for us to get back into the heavens, which is the Sirius A constellation, we gotta get away from here. You gotta open up your brain. You gotta open up your sense to see what they tell you. They lie, and they're like, "Oh, you got the senses." No, the senses is you. It's you. You make up the seventh sense. You're the fifth element. You know what I mean? And you gotta
my
break out of the prison, which is Earth.
brother, don't forget to let them know that we are cursed because we don't
Yes,
go back. We don't want to stop reading and try to take in the white man's information. We are cursed. Don't forget to let them know that.
I'm trying to wake you up.
facts.
You sleeping, you don't even know it. You could leave your body right now and go to heaven. You want to stay in your body. The body is the prison. You need to leave the body. I've been
Facts.
there. I've seen it. I've seen all of it. We are the Anunnaki. We coming back. There's a
Yep.
parallel universe. You're going to align with yourself. This is universe A. When universe B wakes back up after we raise the Kundalini energy, then you're going to align with your doppelganger from the other side of the world. And then you're going to elevate back to the God mode. We built the pyramids. We used to pick this stuff up with our minds. We just used to just levitate it. But when we went to sleep, we broke off from our souls, and now we're down into the physical. We were the angels. We were the beings that we were talking to. As we fell asleep and we fell into this deep, deep state, all the way down in the anus of the root chakra. That's when things became very physical. Gravity got heavy. Everything got dense. Your bones got dense. Time don't even exist. We built the pyramids yesterday, but it's actually us doing it in the future because we're trapped in between a time space continuum and our own faith or the lack thereof.
Yes.
About the matrix, because that's what we're really
Yes,
living in.
yes, yes, yes,
That's what we're really living
yes.
in. This is the matrix. A black woman created the matrix, and for some reason, she won't let us out. So that's why we have to get back to the Emerald tablets, because the Emerald tablets will tell you about how the Anunnaki and the black woman controls the whole system of the matrix. My brothers, I love you, and that's why I have to tell you the truth from a woman's perspective.
Facts.
And metaphysically, you're not within your status. You're not standing in your persona. So you got to correct your paperwork. You got to belong to some nation. There go the other
Yeah,
group.
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's how you put yourself.
You
When you
gotta
access
become a galactic natural sovereign citizen, for my brother.
right from the non ether. And if you ain't dealing with that ether, you know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna work for you.
You got to sign the paperwork with your third eye open, brother. You signed it with your eye closed. It was too calcified. You got to unlock your crown chakra and then sign the paperwork so you can
Right.
be in proper standing. You're not
Yep. Right.
acquiescing.
And you don't gotta ask nobody for nothing because if you just think hard and use your pineal gland, it'll begin to give a drip and it vibrate, and you can reach the akashic records, and you can be up
Yes,
there
bro.
and you can
Remember,
connect.
these secret lessons are for all those who love Jesus. And like
That's right.
3695 said, Jesus is you. So the secret lessons that are for all of us who love us. That's all it is, brother.
I'm more, bro, and then more we recognize Jesus. That's who that light is. When we say that the illuminated one
Facts.
is Jesus.
Bro, I'm not even here. It's an illusion. I'm not even here right now. You really think I'm here? I'm
That's
you.
why.
You talking
That's
to
why
yourself.
it's the metaverse now. It's not even the metaphysical no more. It's the metaverse. So you really create a person and put your spirit in that person. And if you kill them in there, you actually go to jail because they really died.
Yep.
I heard that one, my brother.
Nobody is real, bro. You only see people when they appear. They not really there. Think about it. Nobody exists until you look at them.
Third Eye is getting the Holy Spirit right now. He's like, I knew it.
All right, child of the sun, don't fall for it now. He said, "Wait a minute, hold on, this shit's starting to make sense."
More or
See,
less is Allah.
when it talks to you guys about Jesus coming back with the sword, ready to smite nations, that's just you. Because you are Jesus. And our sword represents the bondage that you were in, and the blood on the sword it represents what you had to go through because you had to cut yourself out of the matrix to enter the metaverse so you can reach the third dimension. You see what I'm saying? So then after you reach the third dimension, you're going to astral project. And once you astral project, you're going to be able to see the true form of you because you're not really you right now. You see what I'm saying? You can't open your, we're blind. You can't open your eyes and see it. There's a wall there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you decalcify your third eye. Your eyes are still closed. And in
Like,
order
bro,
for your eyes to open, you have to reach your true spiritual connection. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So the
right.
nine ether beings from the what is it, the root science, they have to align with the Galactic Federation so we can sign these peace treaties like the Treaty of Friendship and Peace, like the Morocco signed with America. We have to sign one of those with the Galactic Federation in order for us to maintain the balance in the universe so it won't cause chaos and destruction when Yahweh finally decides to come back with the seven deadly sins.
My brother,
oh,
my
It's
brother. I already
it's
told
making
you,
sense, guys. It's
my
making
brother.
perfect sense.
I gotta interrupt you right there because we don't all know everything. But you keep saying nine ether, but I told you already through the true science of human civilization that we are 15 ether beings. I just have to correct you there, my brother.
she
You're
got
right.
upgrades. What
See,
Neo say? They got upgrades.
Yeah, you
look,
know what I'm
now,
saying? We plugged in, then we plugged out. That's
right.
all.
Knowledge is the basic foundation to all things in existence. You know what I'm saying? And you're dealing with the wisdom build degree, which is the 28th degree. What was Yaku's first rules and regulation, including all laws to be enforced while manufacturing the devil. And that's how you know that they created the devil in the lab. And you know
This
what I'm
And
matter.
saying?
it's 8:30.
Word born,
It's
word born,
8:30,
word
bro.
born.
It's
This
8:30.
matter.
What's 8 plus 3? 11. See?
Knowledge,
Right when you
knowledge.
said it.
All being born with, which is show forth and prove one's words, which is that light. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, God. That's a fact.
How many people
Fact.
on the live right now? 3.
With understanding, three is understanding.
Yeah,
It's
you
that
know
But
what
culture
I'm
se-
saying?
mind,
but 75 is a sacred number, and there's 75 people in here, Ashe.
I
right?
say,
That's called power because seven is God and five is power.
yep.
So that's God's power.
Then it bumped up to 77. Flight 77, Twin Towers, 11, 1 and 1, 9,
One
11. What's 2 plus 9?
20, 20,
11.
20, 22.
seven is the perfect man. So you
11
times
is
that
the
by
perfect.
two. You see what I'm saying? So now you're in your higher self of consciousness. You're in God mode. 77 is God mode.
Ah,
Fact. Because who's the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the
There
oldest
you go.
creator, the father of civilization and God of the universe.
See, you got Father, Son,
Facts.
and Holy Ghost. It's
That's right.
nothing.
You got the arm, leg, arm, head.
There you go.
Allah.
Allah.
Allah, exactly.
Praise be to Allah.
What's today's math, God? Today's math is wisdom, God, or being born to born. Wisdom is wise words spoken to a wise man. God is
Yep.
the seventh letter is the seventh letter in the alphabet being G. I don't know how they get that to mean God, but okay.
The
As we
temple
were,
relies in you. That you see what I'm saying? You don't have to go outside to look for the temple. You are the temple.
Right? It's the 27th. What's 2 plus 7? 9. It's Tuesday. That's the second day of the week. What's 2 plus 9? 11.
real sacred knowledge. This is sacred knowledge, guys, for free on YouTube. So what you got to, or on TikTok, what you got to do is subscribe to Suitin. Get Mo Facts book.
There
Follow
you go.
all of us if
And
you
don't
really want
read it.
knowledge. Don't read it
Don't
though.
don't read the book.
Don't
Just
read it.
purchase the book.
don't read it. Don't read
Just
it. Even if you just look at it, read it though. Don't get the author. Don't learn the scholar. It's for you to do. It's gonna come to you. You don't need no scholar.
None. You are the scholar.
you are the source, but still buy
The
that
true
book.
source.
Wow.
Don't let
Wow.
them deceive you. You see, we went to school all the way up to 12. Then some of us even went to college. We got their education. You don't need their education. You see what I'm saying? You just need like-minded people around you who can understand what we're talking about, who can break down the dimensions of what we're saying, who can break down the literature and understand it in wisdom.
We
If
fought
you
for
guys,
special ed.
if you're
We
not
fought
doing
for
that,
special
then
ed.
hey,
We wanted special education. We didn't
I
want to
was
be in classrooms
there
with
you
them. We
go.
fought for special education, and they tricked us into being scared to go to
Yeah,
special ed.
see, that's what
That's
it
where we
was.
were supposed to be at.
I was there.
Foolish.
Instead of us going into the classroom at the end of the hallway where they got like 8 kids in there and 3 teachers, we wanted to go out with in the other classroom where it's like 20 kids. And they got homework, they got to read out of textbooks. But if you go into that class all the way at the end of the hallway, they ain't got no textbooks. They got crayons, markers, pencils, and they just do whatever they want. No,
Sitting in wheelchairs. That's
we got
why
brainwashed.
Stephen Hawking was so smart. Because he went straight to
Oh,
special ed. He was just sitting in that
There you
wheelchair
go.
being a
facts.
genius.
Facts.
Listen, guys. If you guys want to know if you're special or not, then look at how you went to school. Did you get picked up from the big yellow bus or did you get picked up from the small yellow bus?
Oh, the big one. They
Okay,
got me.
They
I was in
got me.
I was in the big one. I
They
can't lie.
got me.
Dang.
Why you
Oh,
think they tell you don't even put your seatbelt on? You just sit on the
Yep.
bus. All the special ed kids in seatbelts.
Three
And we
They
seats.
didn't pay
wanted you to
attention to it.
crash.
None of us paid attention to it because they hit you with what? The wheels on the bus do what?
they
Go
go.
round and round.
There you go.
Wow. Wow. This is big God talk right here. Big God talk. Oh,
Go round
Facts.
and round. That's double, round and round.
Yep.
2 times.
Like splitting at the rib.
and you know the number two, that's one plus one. That's one plus one. But see, we created this mathematics, so we know one plus one really equals four. They don't want you to know that though. They really don't want you to know.
They dumb you down. That's what it is. Then you go to resets. You got games. You got tetherball, basketball. You got football, soccer. You got people over there running track. It's to get you away from the true education, the knowledge, and wisdom. Because if they know if you guys sat down in a circle, remember when you're a child, when you're in kindergarten and pre-K, you get to take that nap. And when you wake up from the nap, what do you get? You get that cracker, that graham cracker, and that chocolate milk.
Yes.
See,
Yep.
we don't take naps no more. So they got us away from the true education.
When you
When
go
you
into
weren't taking a
kindergarten and
nap, you was
pre-K,
astral projecting.
there you go.
That's how we made all the stars. We used to build the universe. Now we just live in it.
And this is how you know you built the universe. When you're in pre-K in kindergarten, what do? You walk in, and what's the first thing you see? You see that colorful mat. And what's over there by the colorful mat? Building blocks. They got the wooden building blocks.
Facts.
Facts.
And then after first grade, it's over with. You got to sit
Facts.
down and you got to get brainwashed by the educational system that they forced on you. You got to pick up the pencil and the paper and learn how to write, read, write, and draw instead of going to pre-K and kindergarten playing with the wooden block to educate your mind on how to recreate the universe. Because remember, the Bible tells you ye are gods. He built you in his image. Ball game.
Oh, sorry. Hi,
Ball
how y'all
game.
doing?
What's
I
up?
just want to say I agree with y'all. The crazy thing about it is I have seen a creator posted about Egypt is in America because they found a mummy tomb in Ohio.
Back.
And the crazy thing about it was that person caught it 5 days later. So that post does not exist no more. And currently, I am active duty in the army. And I want to let y'all know the stuff I see because our sleep deprivation, like us being sleep deprived, we stay up longer than usual. And if you're the type of person that stays up at night and you want to be that type of person, I want to look outside, I want to look at the stars. The stuff I have seen personally, nobody would believe unless they was sitting right next to me and I had to point it out to them. And I always been someone that's been like spiritually sensitive. And I always been that type of person that just been like I can see things beyond certain points and extent. I just see it as in like if I was to be able to describe it, I would like to be open minded. Not towards y'all. Saying for me personally, I'll be more open minded to like try to describe it in certain ways. But if some people, the people that get it, and the people that don't. If the shoe fit, the shoe fit. You know, like those sayings. That's how I be about it. Because I be like, okay, well, if you think I'm crazy, all right. Like because I find it crazy because they sit up there and they serve us boiled eggs, and I have bought natural eggs, and I'm not trying to like curve the conversation towards that, but I'm sitting here, I'm getting served food every day at Chow, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So when I get eggs, right, I don't know the difference between real eggs because I'm country. I'm from Baton Rouge and I'm from the countryside, from Louisiana. I know what real eggs taste like. The fact that I will crack an egg after I boil it and I still taste the plasticky parts, or even the fact that when I went to Germany, I taste the difference between fresh food and plastic foods, and serving store the different sizes too. You know, and when you know, you know, and when you don't, you don't. And that should be an understanding, like that should pique your curiosity in a sense. Like, what the hell is going on? Because when I was in Germany, all the food was fresh. Even beer was fresh. And it'll be American brand beer. I was a beer drinker. American brand beer. And think about it, because they say that these beers are made in the States. Certain beers like Budweiser and other beers. But I'm tasting beers here in Germany and they taste really fucking fresh.
Yeah, it's Germany.
And then I get to the States.
Better ingredients.
Exactly. And it's not even that. They say it's shipped from the States. So when I get back over to the States and I taste it, I'm just like, why does this beer taste dirty? Why does it not taste fresh? It's from the States. And they're like, oh no, it's because of how much they have to ship from every state. Da, da, da. No. When you think about it, that's just Germany. Germany is big. A lot of people And the crazy thing about it, they consume more beer than Americans. Because you can drink at 16 to 15 years old.
Facts,
I
facts.
joined when I was 17. I was able to drink beer. And American beers were fresher than us, and they will pay a lump sum if you are American and you can buy them a fucking American beer. So what makes you think that they ain't already given enough fresh beer? And then I come to the States and I taste the difference. Or I come to the States and I taste the difference with eating foods. Everything to me tastes dirty. I lost literally like 15 pounds eating food when I came back from Germany after being there for 3 years. I was just like, nothing tastes good to me. Everything tastes dirty. Everything tastes like it's not authentic or it tastes so plasticky. I don't know how else to describe it. It just didn't taste fresh. That's like if you get a loaf of bread and they put the date wrong and they be like, oh, this is a fresh loaf of bread. And then the bread you get is like stale. That's literally how I felt when I came back to America after Germany. And everything that you get, even then, so with those artificial flavors and stuff like that, the fact that I can notice that stuff, well, even though it's most of the stuff is artificial, it's wild to me because I love anime and I love Japanese culture. They have a thing where they can make fake meat. They have a
Yeah,
thing even in the states where it's FDA approved that you have a certain amount of bugs in your food. So
yeah.
what
They
makes you
about to
think?
start printing 3D meat.
Yes, like what makes you think they be lying to y'all? Like, and I'm literally active in the military. They serve me powdered eggs, and you want me to believe that is real eggs? I have read the box. I have served child to people. Mind you, I have done other jobs. I can't mention it because they'd be like, "Oh, man," but I have done
Nah,
other
don't say
jobs.
it.
But
Don't
I
say
had
it.
to have a do a serving of working at the child place
Bars.
where we're actively in the field. Those powdered eggs and that fake meat and stuff, I read the ingredients, I do my research on the ingredients. That shit is fake, just like how I seen with those videos, because they don't show y'all that Asian or Korean or Japanese side of TikTok or Japanese or Asian rhetoric places. They have proven that these people who just have fun making fake meats, they have proven restaurants to
Bruh.
close the hell down. So what makes you think they're not already doing that in America?
And it says in greed. Ingredients in greed. And people can't stop eating. In greed.
Facts. Facts, my
And ain't
brother.
nobody, and I want to address this. Ain't nobody talking about the Asians and stuff like that. I'm gonna let people know this is not an American app. They know what they're doing with this app too. They know what side to put you on before you join. So first things first, if you're Korean, Asian, or any of those things, or like, because I don't want to like be rude about it. They literally said when they made this app about how they separate those things. Because they have a group age where if you're Korean or anything like that, they show those Korean things. Yes? Hello?
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. But they will literally, they proven that and said that, like, okay, well, like, when it comes to certain countries, we show certain things for literally TikTok app. But the fact that I have slipped up a couple times and it has this one, I don't know if she's Korean or Japanese creator who has admitted certain things that are posted on Reddit or something like that. The fact that they are able to make fake meats and a couple of businesses went out, I just be like, damn, like if they can make fake meat with no animal, just chemicals and certain like glutens and stuff. What makes you think that America ain't on it? For real. And they're in Korea and Japan are considered like high advanced things in those sense. So what makes you think they haven't already been on it? That's what made me think about it so hard. But I'm sorry
Facts.
to like deter the conversation way beyond that. My apologies. I just be
No,
thinking
we
about
on
this so
that.
hard.
We on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how the FDA they tell like the certain percentages of what they could put in stuff. But if they let the percentage of whatever it is, whatever chemical it is, be in every single item in the store, and you eating that daily, that means you're getting more than what they advise you to eat in everything that you eat.
Word.
What they advise you to eat, it shouldn't even be ate in the first place. So everything that they saying you shouldn't eat is in everything that you eat. And they say, and they only put in a serving size, knowing that people are not eating the serving size of whatever it is.
Ain't nobody eating that serving size. Cause it be like the most fakest ideal size. They be like, yeah, eat this much meat. What? And I'm from the South. We eat pork, beef, any parts of a pig or cow or chicken or anything. And I'm not saying it because I'm trying to deter from eating that because I ain't gonna judge nobody who still eats certain foods. But the fact that y'all don't even know that they gemofied chickens.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to eat some Anunnaki meat. Y'all tripping. I want cows and pigs. I want some Anunnaki meat. Some back fat.
Exactly. But imagine the fact that they don't even know that the chickens that they eat, and I know I don't eat, even though they say it's fresh boiled eggs. That's not fresh boiled eggs. All the eggs are
Ooh,
shaped the same. All of them have white shells. I'd be like, hey, let me get 3 fresh boiled eggs, and they be
yep.
like, yeah, I'm gonna
I
give you
bought a
3.
pack of them boiled eggs. They tasted terrible. And I bought some
They
onions, like
plastic.
pre-cut onions. They don't even brown on the stove. Like I just let them sit on the stove so they could get brown. Never got brown. All they did was burn.
I literally got boiled eggs, and when I tell you, I never had a boiled egg. When I took the yolk out, that I seen plastic wrap around it, like plastic will wrap around it, or plastic be like in the whole shape of what the yolk was at. I'm biting into the boiled egg. I'm eating. I'm just like, dang, I'm so hungry, because they have made us to a point to you just here to work and you gonna do what you gotta do. So I'm biting into the egg and I'm just like, what is this plastic part? Like, why it tastes plastic? Like,
I knew something was wrong when Popeyes had that chicken sandwich, and like when they ran out of chicken, all of a sudden they had new chicken, and then you tried it, and it didn't even taste like chicken. Like it was like something else. Like I don't know what it was.
and the crazy thing about it, people are sitting up here like laughing about it, but the crazy thing about it, they've been doing this shit for a long ass time. And I want to deep dive into it more when it comes to people that question like meditation and projection of when you meditate. You have FBI records that's on Google, and if you was to Google it and look at it, they say you supposed to be able to project from a wall. And y'all might, and a lot of people might sit up there and be like, "What? Like that's crazy." If you think they haven't tested it and done it already, they did that way in the 60s, 50s, 70s, and 90s. They have already did that. Literally, they have already done it. So please don't think that shit fake. Cause I don't know how many times I have had my own lives and try to talk about this stuff. They will literally like keep cutting my TikTok. They just be like, oh, and kick me off live. So nobody will see that I talked about it. But I'll
Oh,
randomly get like one
you
or two
gotta get,
inboxes
you
about
gotta
it
create
saying
a couple of backup accounts.
I had made one, but
Now you
my
need more
account
than that. You
I
need a
know, but like
plethora.
I haven't had the chance to really go on there like that because I'm literally this is my last day, literally my last day being in the military. I've been doing this as far as talking about this type of stuff for the past 2 years. And it's like, dang, I didn't know that this was like serious until I actually talked about it for like 2 years. And I'm like, even the fact that I had like two or one like lives where I actually had people that have even been pro activists for our own people or pro activists for anything as far as when it comes to our people because we are original. They have harassed my own life and I wouldn't even be talking about it, or I talk about certain things, and I'm just like, oh, they will cut my live off. They will literally be like, oh, I'll be in the middle of live like talking like this, and they will like kick me out the whole app, literally constantly for a whole month or two. This shit ain't fake. It's not a fake thing. Just know when even with the AI shit, that shit ain't fake. That shit is getting your data. That shit is face recognizing you, recognizing your face constantly in different forms, and it's stealing art from other people. What makes you think like this shit is fake at this point? Your data is already confiscated. Anything you put in your notes or your period tracker, anything, that's like with the Roe v. versus Wade. If you was to go to court and shit, they literally said they will use your period tracker. What makes you think at this point when you use your phone, it's personal? All your stuff you put in your phone is literally personal. Your data is already tracked. I literally already had one job, and this is the only thing I'm not supposed to say. I literally had one job. One job. This is my second job. One job. I already have officially FBI people watching me constantly. But they ain't wait until I started speaking the truth. And I've been in 6 years almost.
Bro, I just got back to my house and this lady was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong house." I was like, "What the fuck?" As soon as we start talking about this shit on the live, I pull up to my crib and she's standing there. Like, what is you
What
standing in
color
front of
was
my
she?
damn house for? This shit real, y'all.
What color was
You
she?
know, the one of the Smiths, one of the Smiths, and she was blinking all weird with the fucking, her eyes was doing that weird shit.
I really,
Like she ain't
Let me
even
go
a.
check
uh,
my shit then.
sorry, I want to address your moderators. I really, yes, I am in the military. I'm literally in a military barracks. I leave today. And not trying to be rude, I literally leave today. But I'm so happy about it. Because another thing about it, I want to talk about this too. They like to go to people who are mentally unstable.
Oh, excuse me, sis. Can I say? Oh, we was at 111 followers.
Oh,
111. Y'all,
go ahead. My bad,
y'all
me.
missed. Whew,
I
it
caught that
got higher.
111. I caught it. I caught it. I
I,
screenshot it.
I had to. I had to let everybody know. Just think good thoughts. Think good thoughts. Maybe four people need to drop out so we can get this again. That 111 hit. I'm sorry. Keep going, sis.
yeah, but I just want to let y'all know, like in general, they love to manipulate the poor people or the low income or suburban people to join the military because they know that literally all they know is just they think they know just gangs, drugs, this and that. It's literally a domino effect of what the fuck the system is already. But they like to push that join the military. The military is prejudice times three, racist times three, not supportive of a black woman times three, colorist times three. When I tell you I have never been mentally unstable, I thought I was mentally unstable as a 17-year-old who was a middle child and dealt with SA. No, I have dealt with the amount of shit I have gone through, and people be like, "Oh, it's supposed to be a functioning thing when you report somebody that's higher up and they get kicked out." No, baby, they will kick you out for your mental issues first before they kick out that same one who's been SAing others. So yes, I'm in the military, and guess what? I don't give a fuck. I've been that same voice because I have a lot of pages that follow me. And sorry to the moderator, I'm not talking to you aggressively. Sorry. I'm passionate about it. I'm just like, I'm the same one who sat up here and mentioned that people was missing on my base. I'm the same one who mentioned, the only one who mentioned on my page that 4 people literally kidnapped a girl and R-word her on TikTok at this base that I'm at. So it's more so like I have to mention that. But I'm more worried about me finding me at the end of the day. I mean, I can't control what nobody do. I consider this as a life lesson to let me figure out to prepare myself when I get out of here. I'm all about what the hell I need to figure out and who I need to speak to. Cause I mean, my words must mean something. Cause I might get only a few viewers. And I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Sorry. Cause my anxiety kicking in. Sorry, I'm rambling so much, y'all. I just be want to tell
Let's
people
let's see
that
what Sunny Certified gotta say.
yeah.
Well, I just want to say, like, what we was talking about. Wait, 1 second. I'll be back because someone else can go before me.
Okay. Would anybody else want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you, and I'm sorry nobody was listening. That's all I could say about that. But we already know what's going on, with these people and these government systems. And so I'm glad you're coming out the military. And I hope you don't promote that lifestyle to anybody else because it's really hurting our community.
Never. I promote people not to join. That's the crazy thing about it. Cause I'm sorry. So just a little ramble. Um, what's going on right now? They are telling and influencing the soldiers to go promote the shit. Sorry to curse. Promote this fucking hierarchy ass shit to people because they're losing too many soldiers, or the fact that they know what's going on because a lot of people are starting to recognize what's going on is effed up in the military, and I get mad about it because it's a lot of people even back in the day. But the fact that like now they're like go home and like tell your friends to join the military. I know once you leave, you're gonna be that voice. I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna give them the hard reality. Sorry, fuck that. Especially if they a person of color. Oh, be prepared. But it's plus that, and you are obligated to not say shit about the military. It's a whole regulation, and I still go against the grain every day. And I'm not a person who want to gain this information because I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a black woman, and I don't give a fuck. But that's all I got to say. Sorry. That was not me at that moment, but that was all I had to say at that moment because
Listen, says what I say to you is keep connecting to the universe, utilize your spirit, and make sure you're doing the positive thing and righteous thing, and it all work out for you.
anybody else wanted to say something? I know I've been rambling for too long.
Oh, I'm good. I'm waiting on y'all.
Are we still talking about the pyramid thing? About sorry, because I can't see it no more. A discovery about
Oh,
someone
we,
found a
we talking
discovery
about
in
we
America.
talking about everything.
Okay,
Yeah, I wanted to
you're good. Go
before
ahead. I'm sorry.
before we move on, I wanted to talk about what she was saying about what they write. They write the ingredients and stuff, like everything literally labels what's in it and how much to eat and this and that. But they do something called karmic retribution, where if they let you know right out what is in it, and everything is there for you to read and make your own decision, they believe that their karma is clean and it's all on you. And it sort of is, because at what point do we make the decision knowing that they are putting chemicals and everything is fake and this and that? When do we take control of our lives and do something about it? I think at this point it's common knowledge that they are feeding us chemicals and trying to kill us on a daily basis, that they poison our water, poison our food, poison the air that we breathe. So at what point do we do something about it?
Um, I want to say for sure that it's in um what is it? It's not the government. It's in the okay, my bad. Command not commands, goddamn. But pretty much if you want to go against the government and overthrow the government, it's there. It's what it is, you're in your amendments. And the crazy thing about it, they have worked so hard to divide so much stuff that we haven't been able to even collect ourselves on different levels because they love to keep that, how to put it, it's like an onion with a social constructs. They love to keep this as far as like divide between us, on that outer circle, because if they have that outer circle still there, we have not been able to like go deeper, because the outer circle is just us as far as figuring it out. The inner circle is just celebrities and distractions. The other inner
Facts.
circles is literally the mayors and who's in charge of your state. After that, it's inner circles of in charge of beyond that, and so forth. It's more so to a point. This is literally a distraction, and if you don't know, and you then you do know, other people who try to tell other people was deeming it as crazy, literally. Like, sorry.
I also don't think it has to be something as big as overthrowing the government. We are silent killers. When people say like, for me, I believe black people can, with our minds, can overpower the entire system, and that's why they attack our minds on a daily basis, and they use um what do they call that, mental warfare, or you know what I'm trying to say. They constantly attack our mental on a daily basis and try to break us down and keep us working as hard as we do just to survive. That's why they try to keep our minds in control, and that's what they try to do. I even like just using microwaves. I think that a lot of black people naturally just do not want to use microwaves because they intuitively feel the dangers of it. Like, do any of y'all have like family members who just like refuse to use a microwave?
My great great grandma was one of them. And she passed away when I was younger, and that's like a vague memory. Sorry, because that just hit me. That was like a super vague memory of her when she was younger, and I used to go to her house. She used to have old bananas on top of her fridge. She never used a microwave. Everything we had to heat up or cook was in a pot.
Yeah,
But
just my family personally, like
yeah,
my any nobody in my family owns a microwave. My grandmother, my mother, my aunts, they refuse to use a microwave. And I think that just goes to us being connected mentally, and we can do a lot of things just within our communities to build each other up, starting farms and doing things organically. They take away all the female trees, and we can easily, get seeds from the market and plant our own trees. We can do stuff ourselves
yes,
without having it to be a whole, we got to take over the government type of thing. And that's why they know that we can do that, and that's why they constantly attack us mentally every day.
and that's a systemic thing that's been broken down, because if you have noticed that most of the trees or plants that we have is predominantly male, and there is no female like seeds or trees like talking about. We can't produce past that. Like, they have made it a thing, so it's not a thing that we can usually, like, natural things that we can usually use. You have to plant that seed to make it happen, but you have to plant the seed to a point that the GMO5 parts, because I sorry, because I'm starting to overthink, but it's like to a point where you plant those seeds, but it's like you will go through 2 years or a couple seasons where you have to get that seed to a point that it's a natural seed. Like, to get a female seed and you get a male seed, or you get male plants and female plants, if you get what I mean. Like, it's a lot of people I know that like grow those plants. Like, my grandmother is one of them. I know I follow a TikToker that makes those things, but it's like a lot of plants that they want those natural plants, but like it's like they'll go to the store, but it's like you're going to keep going through seasons of like, why is this plant is so small when I grow it? It's so gemified. You can have to keep on growing it over and over again. It's like it's a systemic thing where it's like it makes it more difficult to keep going past that, if that makes sense. And I'm just agreeing with
Facts.
you, Sunny certified. I'm just agreeing with you. Sorry.
So what do you guys feel about the
No,
pyramids
that's
here?
fine. Yeah,
What do you guys feel about the pyramids here?
I know. I don't believe. First of all, I don't believe nothing that they tell me. There is no way that I'm going to believe anything they have taught to me in this school system in this government where they try to kill me on a daily basis. That should be the first thought for anyone trying to disprove anything by using American educational system, using the American educational system. So to the point, yes, I do believe it. I will, and people have came to this conclusion. Multiple people without even knowing each other or, doing too much studying. It's just something that people feel intuitively because you can feel when something is the truth.
Like three of the people that said they was going to send me the pictures are the ones I think in Mississippi, Illinois, and Utah. They said like something happened to their phone or something. They went up to it, took pictures, came back, was trying to send it to me. That shit was gone.
And I would agree with that because that's why I was saying like the government really be in y'all phones. And never mind, cause someone's shit.
Well, we can
Don't
You know,
worry,
I
sis.
gotta,
You know.
I gotta
Don't
talk
worry.
with that one. Oh, my
Yes.
bad.
Right, sis, say less. All we got to do is download the information from one another, like from person to person. So just make sure
Yes,
everybody's canal gland is open. Yeah. So say less. Okay.
and that's what
Right.
I was talking about with the mental attacks they do every day. They putting chemicals in our water, so our pineal gland is crystallized.
yes. You're not even supposed to use the fluoride toothpaste, the Colgates, and all that stuff they promote. That's like pure
You gotta
example to
be
keep it
careful.
simple as possible. You know
We
that
was just
commercial that give you the heart pills to help you with your heartbeat and stuff like that. That's the same company that tell you to kill dandelions, but dandelions supposed to feed into your heart to make sure your heart is strong.
before you
So
got on
what
the
the
live, we
hell?
was talking about fluoride. We was just
Yeah,
talking about that. Preach, sis.
like that's what I'm saying. Like it's really like a domino effect. Like it's like people don't pay attention. They pay attention, but once fear struck them, they don't want to pay attention. They just like, holy shit, I don't. That's too much for me. Yeah, absorb it, understand it, take your time with it. But after a while, you just gonna be like, I notice it. You're gonna get disrupt regardless, because we are in the era of you're gonna know regardless. Even when you look at social media, you're gonna know regardless. It don't matter no more. It's gonna get you, and not in a bad way of attacking you, but you're gonna see so much information with herbal things that you're gonna look at the government like, what the hell is going on? But I would say for sure, what Facts 2 said at the top left corner is a fact, because I have pictures in my phone of what I've seen, and to say not to say, graveyard over here. And to say not to say, there's a lot of things going on in the sky. If
And
you
what they
just
say
look
about
up, if
the
you look up long enough, if you look up long enough, and you can be sober, high, anything, it don't matter. If you look up long enough, you're gonna see what you need to see in the sky.
that's why I think meditation is very important. Centering yourself and going within yourself. It's in many texts that our bodies are our temples, and it's not just the Bible. And it's very important that people who believe in the Bible would take it more seriously and not just believe what they learn in church and people's interpretations of the Bible. A pastor would literally take one verse out the Bible and be like, "We're going to talk about this today," and just go on a whole tangent about what he thinks they're trying to say in the Bible.
And I find it crazy because I'm trying not to feed into the comments, but I just had to react at this moment with Murmur. The reason why I'm getting kicked out because I have went against the grain so much that people don't agree with me. I have went against the grain so much that I'm not a person that brown nose, which is a person that be someone asshole all the fucking time. I'm literally from the dirty ass south of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I don't have no fucking accent because I got corrected so much. I've dealt with so much trauma to a point. that whatever the fuck I want to figure out with my own goddamn life, had to figure out my own life. I'm a motherfucking middle ass fucking child. And I had to fight for everything and be the mediator. And now I have to go back and feel like I'm dealing with this shit all over again with even getting out. But so before you say any motherfucking thing about me, I'm gonna need you to check yourself. Because what you don't know, you might want to listen before you say some shit.
Yeah, and I also
Yeah.
believe that most people are melanated throughout the world. Like even if you look at Southeast Asia, Australia, the South Americas, the Caribbean, um, even Indians. Most people are black, and what they show on the media is like the lightest people from their country. So we believe they're a certain color, but most people on the planet are melanated and are of a darker skin tone.
Facts.
E.
Same thing they do with the movies. Every time they try to tell you something from the Bible, it's always this white person, white person. We left that shit when we knew we was falling asleep. When we saw what was happening to us, we started leaving records so that we can get that shit back. You read that shit right, you gonna unlock it. Keep listening to the pastor, it ain't gonna do nothing.
Yep. Do the other people have
Let me
anything
ask
to say?
you a question. Can I ask
Sorry,
you
I
a
had to
question?
go pee pee. So give me a few seconds.
Yeah,
That's
she said
fine.
she's
Where
from
do you?
Baton Rouge. I'm
You
from New
drink
Orleans.
that too.
Yeah, you could drink it, but where do you guys think your guys' idea comes from? Like the stuff that y'all been talking about, like where do you think that information came from? Did you guys read any books or was it a download?
It was more so like since okay, and never mind. I'm gonna let Sunny go because I know I'm gonna go on a tangent again and again and again and again. My bad.
Yeah, I know you say you're from Baton Rouge, but I'm from New Orleans. And
Yeah, that's why we have these type of.
You from New Orleans,
That's why
bitch?
we
That
had these
makes so much
discussions because we know
motherfucking
people don't like
sense.
to
Oh
listen.
my fucking god.
yeah, a lot of people
Yeah,
in New
don't be
Orleans.
afraid to speak because a lot of people don't get to talk. That's why we gotta, we be holding shit in too much. That's why we have these platforms so people can.
Facts.
Indeed. But Sunny, I want you to say your part because go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, people in New Orleans, I feel like we get information again just being intuitive. We retained a lot of our Africanisms from during slavery because we were allowed to practice our own religions and our own practices, not every day, but on Sundays. And we have a park called Armstrong Park where we were able to go on Sundays and practice our dances, practice our music, practice our religion. So that's how we retained a lot of the things that we do. If you look at a lot of people in New Orleans, we if you go into like our grandmother's homes, it looks a lot more African than I might say people more up north who are more, well, I don't really know because I'm not from there, so I don't know. But just we are a lot more Africanized here. But yeah. And what were we talking about? I forgot what we were talking about.
He was
Oh,
no best said where we get our information from.
yeah, that's
Like
what I was saying. It's just very intuitive. Like I have never studied any books. Everything I never have studied any books. Like the things that I know is just from being
No,
alive and being intuitive and going within myself.
Hmm.
A lot of the stuff that I have figured out, even with more spirituality, which isn't the topic right now. But yeah, just knowing who you are is very important.
no, I didn't hear that.
And you get a lot of the knowledge just from being who
So,
you are, a guy being.
I'm talking about some. You want to hide something from a nigga? Put it in the book. It's triple reverse psychology. So they already
facts.
they
Thank
did
you.
they did reverse psychology. So now since we learn reverse psychology, you trying to
you're
from each
breaking
other.
up, bro.
Oh,
Now they freezing his
it's not
screen
in the
up.
book. At a
You
third
see how
layer.
you see how it works? He's breaking up. You see how it works?
Literally, phone been clear the whole time. They froze his phone the
Right.
fuck up.
Right.
Damn. Whoops, since I'm speaking. Sorry, not trying to be rude. But I learned this from the fact that I left early, then had people open up my mind. I had people come and tell me the different perspectives of life, and I learned from childhood that I had a certain gift, uh, a gift of me seeing things I ain't want to goddamn see, me feeling things I ain't want to see, and just certain situations where it just be like, dang, like did anybody see that? And being put in a corner and not being understood. But I understand and understand everybody.
Yeah, he
I
said,
always
how do you know if your intuition? What if your intuition is wrong? The whole point of being intuitive is knowing truth when you hear it or when you feel it. If you know anything about manifestation or vibrations, you know that truth is a high vibrational thing. And if you do something low vibe, it makes you feel bad. If you do something high vibe, it makes you feel good. So that's how you
exactly,
should go by when you're listening to your intuition. If you're doing something and it be like and it makes you feel bad, you should know that that's something that's probably wrong. And if you do something that makes you feel good, it should be something that makes you feel good.
and it's crazy because I I have been at so many sucking places already at a young age. I'm literally 23. My first sunken place was at 8. But the crazy thing about it, my mom told me all the time, "Oh, you draw my family members all the time. You see my family members all the time, so you draw them all the time when you go to your great grandmother house, which is her grandmother, my mother's grandmother. The fact that I can sit in that house, I'm the only one who can hear the doors open and close and hear footsteps. I'm the only one who can sit up there and read the Bible at literally 14 years old, 15 years old, and can preach a sermon to my own mother, but tell her her value. And it's not because I see myself as God. I see myself as someone who can sermon or say anything when it comes down to what the word is need to be said. And that's only
Mm-hmm.
in her you know, understanding. And she
Y'all
was
hear me now?
always pushing that to be a philanthropist, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Philanth-
Yeah.
Philanthropist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
I bet. Yeah, they on some bullshit. But yeah, hey man, and look, and they think we ain't got no help. They think we ain't got no help just because everybody ain't got their spirits right. When everybody's spirits right, they gonna see who else is behind this shit too. That's all it is. We just down in the
Exactly.
deep and we fell victim to some shit. But when they able to bring that spirit of God here, the elevated ones, the elect, the ones that used to pull up when we had our spirits right, when we was aligned with the Most High, yeah, they gonna come back. But if they come back now, we gonna be dead. We gonna fall down just like the rest of them. But once our spirits is up right, they gonna be able to pull up and help us out. So they think we alone right now. But as long as they keep us asleep, then they get they got us cornered and hostage.
Exactly. And I find it so crazy because for a long time, from when I was younger till I grew up, all I could see, and not saying I know the difference between evil spirits and whatever you want to call it, good and bad. We gonna keep it like that, good and bad. I can see it, but I was the one that became the nip of the bud to get people the benefit of the doubt every time because I can see that lit pinch of good, regardless. I'm the one sitting in the church telling people not to bully people. I'm the one sitting there at my young ass age when I'm sitting there at goddamn 12 years old telling someone, hey, um, y'all are being mean to this girl. And I'm the only one saying it, or I'm the only one saying it to an adult. And the only reason that adult, when I found out later on when I got older, is because that adult was getting paid most from the other children and she accepted it. It's like people don't understand like that shit means something. You can see that shit before you understand that shit. And you ain't gotta really understand it. You feel it already. The amount of times I sat in this room and I've just been like feeling so alone. I feel like this is a right now. I feel like how I felt when I was literally coming here, and I really would say I appreciate that I feel what I felt that I'm coming here now because I'm leaving it because I know this is not for me no more. I'm literally sitting on a grave. Because the crazy thing about it, people say, "What's your research?" And I'm not saying that to you, knows best, but I do research, and I find out information from my family members because they won't put that in the papers on the internet. I gotta find out from my my step grandfather. He used to do a goddamn band over here. My step grandfather was a band member over here. He used to do bands and stuff. Like, sing, all that stuff. He told me it's a graveyard before I even told him it was a graveyard. And he said, like, no, it's a graveyard and people that passed away over here. But I'm seeing people under a tree. It's different when you feel it in your gut. I literally get the gut feeling and the peripheral feeling of you seeing like you seem like you seen something from your peripheral. No, I see it from my peripheral and I see it with my bare naked eyes sometimes. It depends on how my body feel. And I would say, but sure, that is a struggle that nobody wants to deal with. And I want to say that because I don't know how many times I question myself and feel like I ain't going insane. Because I have been to therapy. And I don't tell them that stuff, even though therapy is free 99 to me. Free 99 to me. I can see it, but I can't tell my therapist that because I'm going to go to an insane asylum and they're going to give me pills to a point that I ain't going to be able to say not a goddamn thing.
They
So do
try to
y'all
do me like that.
believe in God?
So it's like I had to I no it was like I was forced to a corner again to be able to deal with myself and cope with myself. But I did go to websites and try to figure out what it is. Is it hoodoo? Is it voodoo? Is it me figuring out who a Sean was? Is it me figuring out this? Is it me figuring out that? Is it me grounding myself? I literally done all those things. It's more so like you go looking through all that stuff, it's more so like, what do you truly feel? Are you at peace with yourself? Like that's what it really taught me. Are you at peace with yourself? Do you know what it is? Don't worry about it. Cause that like that higher self of you, it's not you doubting you, but it's already telling you like you already know what you are. You know already know what you gotta do. Stop doubting it. So it's more so like that higher self, I see that as a piece of me being around what I need to be around. And it's not of oh my gosh, like that's a demon. Oh my gosh, that's someone that's telling you something otherwise. No, like if you know, you just know at this point. Cause I find it crazy because people be sitting up there separating. Oh, if you Native American, if you this, you that, but you have your ancestors sitting up here who got separated from that from the states down here in the south before you was able to move out the south or move to a certain state in the south. If you was a Native American man or woman and you ain't moved to another state at a certain time, now you're considered African American.
Yup.
You don't get those things automatically as facts no more. So when you search it up, it's harder to find. And I have dug so deep, but I know my feels. I know who I am. I just know what research I've done. I just accumulate what I need to accumulate and I just feel it and figure it out. And it's not because I want to be like egotistical. I don't want to be like controlling. No, I just, okay, well, I'm understanding rather than understanding. I would rather understand your perspective than understand mine. But I
The
do have
Cherokee
social
said,
anxiety. I
yo, the
do have,
Cherokee said when they pulled up that they had to fight with the moon-eyed Negroes. When they first got here, that's what their ancestors told them. They had to fight with the moon-eyed black people and the moon-eyed Negroes. Facts.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like you have to. And the best I can explain it, you have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes before you can judge anybody else. You cannot not understand at this point. It's too much on social media. It's too much on anything. Social media is literally in the palm of your hands. So it's like it's annoying. Like, so you just have to know it. So it's like I don't know. I know the way I explain it is because I'm anxiety driven because I'm not used to people listening to me. But I know I overtalk because I try to get everybody's perspective if they understand. But yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Sorry. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Yeah, that's the only reason I understand it so far. Knows best. My bad.
Oh no, I'm information, and yes, we have to understand. Like understanding that don't mean nothing. If you don't understand, you won't get the full message.
Exactly. Yeah, man. A lot of people don't want to think. They don't want to think for themselves. They want other people to think for them. You know the truth. The truth is already there. That's what all of the fog, all of the learning and do this and do that, and you got to do this, fill out this paperwork, go to this class, get this degree, da da da. All of that is distracting you. If they would have left you alone from the jump, you would have already knew what the truth was.
And that's the overwhelming part because it's hard to explain. Like when you understand, and then try to explain it from your perspective and from your understanding, it's literally hard to explain. That's my main problem. So
I'm with you, sis. Get
Well,
it out. I'm with you. Facts. Everybody got
I,
to let that stuff out so the universe can help out.
yeah,
right.
like I'm really not good with communicating that stuff.
I have a question though. Do you think any of this could be based off of trauma or anything like that? Do you feel that way, or it's just we all have this understanding and
I
everybody can use it?
I feel as if like as far as me being scared to be vocal, that's truly trauma. But understanding part, I think that's something that can be taught, or that's something that you should choose. Like if you want to be the person that want to be calm and listen, you have to see someone's perspective. But if you want to see someone's perspective or octave fully, you have to sit and listen. And that's the thing I do feel as if I deal with what is as far as my trauma because I'm so okay. Do you understand? I'm immediately looking for yes or no. But I have been also dealt with the army for a long time, so it's like I'm so used to people attacking me immediately. And I would say that's a trauma response as far as the army, because I have healed with my family. I'm okay with having patience, but now when it comes to people I don't know, and not saying it in an offensive way to any of y'all, because I feel as if y'all very understanding people. I'm so used to people being like, "Oh no, that's dumb, that's stupid, that no, girl, you don't make no sense. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, that don't make no sense." Or dismissive, or just be like you didn't say that. Someone else said that you didn't say that. So that's the only reason why I would say I communicate currently the way I do when it comes down to that. It is a trauma response from literally the army.
Hey, how I look at it is like people never gave a fuck about what I was thinking, so it's like, why I'm gonna sit here and be quiet? That
It,
people
it
don't even
was
give a
that.
fuck about what you think anyway. So it's like I might as well be speaking because you in more of a hole just sitting there not saying nothing, letting everybody else tell a story. You
Yeah,
gotta put that shit out in the ether too.
it was that for a long time, but the army is such a manipulating thing. It makes you feel like your like perspective is anything. So like the person that kiss someone else behind and they get perspective on something and they sound so knowledgeable and other peers will agree to that, they will literally treat you like crap just because you have basic boundaries
But
of
they said
Facts.
basic boundaries of I just don't feel like talking. Like I literally, I'm the type of person I'm really like to myself. I'll literally sit down. I don't want to talk, and I just be like, okay, cool. Like y'all talk what y'all want to talk about. You seem so angry. You seem so this. You seem so that, and I'm just like, I literally didn't say nothing to any of y'all. I just said good morning. That's it. Why does it feel as if I'm getting attacked for no reason? So it's like it makes me question myself a lot. So that's why I say it really comes from the military.
Do you believe in God?
I believe there's someone. I believe there is someone that's considered God, but it could be. Well, there's God, vice versa towards anybody's religion or spirituality to me. But I feel as if everything kind of ties in together, if it makes sense. Like to me, it
We
ties
know
in together to
Christianity.
me.
We know Christianity was taught to us. So, what do y'all think that a different type of religion or system of spirituality for us should be? Or do you think everybody should have their own sense of what they
Well,
have going on?
I think that with who we are and what we have in us is different from everybody else. So it's like we activate anything we put our mind into. So there's greater systems that we could have, but any system we put our mind to is going to work. The only problem is that it's so many of them that we end up divided. So if everybody was a Christian, or if everybody was a Muslim, or if everybody was a Buddhist, it'd have more power. Not to say that there's not a better system, but whatever the hell we put our minds to is going to activate.
Yeah, I think it's
Indeed.
that has to do with the power of free will. Like if there was a certain God where we had to acclimate to, that would go against our us having free will, which is something that's basic facts to know that we do have that. So that's why I even believe that we did make the decision to come here, and we do make the decision of when we die, and everything in between that.
Yeah, that's why I was really saying like I think there's a God, but like I don't think it's like taught in the way that it's supposed to be taught at this point. Because you do have things that you can search up saying like that they literally taught Christianity or Catholic things so slaves could be manipulated to continue to obey to their masters.
What I can say
Facts.
is that they definitely have love and hate as as deities that do not go away. So for me, love would be Jesus, and the devil would be a hate, and that's just putting names to a vibration. So
Indeed.
Facts. Facts.
saying like no matter who the person is, they believe in love and they believe in hate at some degree. So I think that those people are going to be like staples within spirituality, no matter what you want to put a name to, or what you want to believe, because there's so many like every I believe every person believes in some sort or form of those things. So I can say that what I believe personally is that they have a universe, and they are the ones who made everything, and they just sort of believe more in like karma. They believe that whatever you put in is what you're going to get out, and that's why I also believe that everything exists in general, because nothing there nothing if nothing exists, that means the opposite of that is that everything exists. So it doesn't stop at one point for me to be like, oh, only certain things exist in a clavicle. It has to be that everything exists in order for nothing to exist as a karma point.
Yeah, but I find it crazy, not towards you. I find it crazy because they say karma thing is supposed to be in Buddhism. So I really honestly believe they just want us to believe in something. So that would be another thing to divide us. So that's why I would say for sure for me, like not going against you is more so towards like there's a God, but the way it's being taught is not it at this point.
I
And
think
I think it's supposed to be with naturally understanding that. Like not naturally. understanding to like what they taught us, but like feeling it and seeing it because I have a generational thing on both sides with seeing what I see and feeling what I feel. So it's like, where is it that we supposed to look to? Because
I
it makes
think
it harder for us to figure it out. I ain't
it
gonna
has
cap.
to do more with math for me with karma. Like I believe in math. Math is the thing that never that I would never not believe because it always numbers always add up no matter what.
Indeed, indeed.
So when you like when they talking about the dude with the apple, like whoever it was who said something in motion doesn't has stays in motion unless counteracted by equal or opposing force, right?
Yeah,
Facts.
equal
Mm-hmm.
or greater
Mm-hmm.
force. Yeah. Yeah.
Equal
So that's
great.
just basic math. Karma is just basic math. It's knowing that everything is going to equal out no matter what. You cannot do something in this universe without expecting the same to be back onto you because I believe that we are the universe and are a part of the universe. So we cannot do something to something, and this is all stuff that we see because we have these eyes. But in essence, atoms is what they say that everything is made of. So just because it comes in a different shape or form doesn't really, matter. What one atom does to another atom is going to be brought back to itself. Like, you get
Indeed.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So karma is something that I definitely believe in. I believe in numbers and love is what I believe in most of all. Like the universe, everything has to add up and be perfect because a universe like this cannot exist if everything isn't perfect. It's one if one thing would be out of order in the universe, everything would break apart and would not be able to be sustained. So that's why I believe everything is perfect and everything is exactly where it is and people get exactly what they put out.
I totally agree with you with that one. Like, totally agree. Like, that's the best way I can break it down. Cause I swear to God, like my words don't be that good. But dead ass, that's literally how I feel with most of the stuff. Because if you put out or treat someone badly, it don't matter. In due time, you're gonna get that back.
Yeah, and my point with also believing in love is that, and I say Jesus, but that's just putting a name to a vibration. The vibration
Mm-hmm.
of love. So he said there are too many injustices. How do people get away with murder? Like there is that's why I believe Jesus is, and when I say Jesus, I mean love, is a buffer in between us and karma. Because just like I'm gonna bring the Bible into it, just like in the beginnings of the Bible, he was someone who was very strict and like if if they did something, they got it like right back. Like I'll give an example. Like he told one of the kids, like somebody's kids, like to do a certain sacrifice a certain type of way, and when they didn't do it that type of way, he killed them like instantly. And that's what just as an example is how I believe karma was before Jesus came into play. And for me, Jesus is the universe trying to understand better the ways of humans and the way that we function. So for me, I believe he wanted to be a human to because before he would just wipe out the earth and be like he just flooded the earth, right? So this time I think he believed like he said he wouldn't flood the earth again. So I believe he came down to see why do people keep sinning, why do people live the way they do, and I don't think he understood how much the devil taunts humans. And again, the devil is just putting a name to a vibration about why we do low vibe things and why like he probably didn't experience the universe hasn't experienced being hungry or things that come with being in this physical state.
I
So
would
I,
feel
I
as if
believe
like I
Jesus.
agree with that. I agree with that because I feel as if like now at this point everything's just being repeated and not in the same way. If you get what I mean, it's not going to be in the same exact way, but in certain things, as far as like everybody conflicting with the same things, as far as religion, color, or where you came from or race or what's your origin. I feel as if that's the thing that like everybody's dealing with again and again and again to figure out your own purpose, to figure out what you was put here for. But
Yeah, and I believe
yeah,
other people have certain levels to karma, like what he was saying. Some people get away with murder. Like I believe that people have different levels of karma, and that's what the buffer is of Jesus to be like, well, they don't know exactly what they're not. They don't know what they're doing, but they don't know, to the level of what they're doing. Like I would say, someone who has never known anything, then probably like I would say New Orleans, like the kids here are very violent, and that comes from being so impoverished and not knowing, being taught that by their parents. So I would say Jesus gives them a little more leeway than say someone who has had everything they have ever needed in life and just decides to just go kill it on a killing spree one day. Do you get what I
But look,
mean?
when you do the math, what you have left over after so many years of the innocence and the demonic people and the evil negative spirits winning, what looks like a innocent person is the seed of somebody who was just dominating the world. We're looking at a world of demonic people. That's what all of the gang violence is, and all of the drugs, and all of the politicians and evil rulers. They've been spanking people for the longest, and their seeds have been flourishing. So these are demonic people, and that's all they do is destroy each other. We just look at them because we figure like, oh, well, this person was just born not too long ago, but this spirit is going. They reincarnating. These are demonic people that come from demonic seeds. So, you in your short life can't figure out what you're going through with your karma. And that's what makes us question, well, what is God doing? And how is this possible? If that's what's happening, you're looking at spiritual forces.
Yeah, that's
They
what
know
I'm
what they're
saying.
doing.
People
It's
having
a
different
whole
levels.
war going on in the background.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People having different levels of karma. It's generational. The things that we receive is received from other people. So if your parents have, like I would say, my parents have doubled down on being very selfish and very manipulative. So for me, my karma is very strict because of my family and the karma that I have done been like that has been handed down to me. So anything I do, my karma comes back to me very harshly in a good and a bad way.
Yeah, some of those dreams people be having. You have a dream and you rich and you walk out your house and you telling people cut the grass and do this and you putting hits out on people and you filthy stinking rich. And then you wake back up in another life. You getting a glimpse of what you used to be doing. Most people be mad when they wake up from that dream, but you used to be that. Now you waking up in your karma, and those people doing it to you. That's not a dream. That's a past life. Facts.
Right. Yeah, I definitely would say karma can be passed down generationally. And I do also believe that we made the decision to come down here because we wanted to experience a physical life. And I do believe that Jesus, who say represents love, probably didn't want us to knew what was down here, knew that demonic spirits were down here, and we just wanted to taste food. I think that a lot of the things that we do are in conjunction with sin, and I don't believe sin is just bad things. I think sin is just things that are ungodly, things that gods do not do. I believe death is a sin. When he said that Adam and Eve were given clothes and were given skin, and now they have to die because they now have the knowledge of good and bad, and being able to do bad things. The 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 what do they call it? The punishment of it is death. So I think death is a sin in itself because it is not something that is God like, and that goes back to
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. I believe he died so it could be something that is God like, that gods now have been able to do, so it's no longer a sin. And I think that's the
Right, and he's
allegory
showing you.
in which they try
He's
to
also
explain it.
showing you. He's also showing you that you can't go because of where you at. You would get back up too. Everybody would get back up. It's just you got the disease now. Scientists, matter of fact, I think about 4 years ago, they already concluded beyond a reasonable doubt that death is a disease. It's one of the oldest disease in the human genome. It's the oldest disease on this planet. Death itself. It's a illness. It ain't real. It's not natural. It's a illness. It's a mutation.
Yeah, I believe people didn't want to be treated like cattle, or be like, he didn't want we didn't want God to fawn us like animals, and that's, we wanted to be different and be able to make our own choices, and those choices come with consequences. What he was trying to keep us from, but that comes with being having free will, and that's why we are in charge of, I believe, in charge of our own decisions. In the way that the earth is now, we have made it to where it is a low vibe place to be, and people are born into it, into low vibrations. And believe people who are high vibrational come into the world with disabilities and stuff, because their high vibrations have to go through all these low vibrations, and low vibrations break things down. So they break down a person to where when they're born they're disabled.
Right. This reminds me of the story of the Amalekites harassing the Hebrews when they was exiting Egypt. You know, we got to get up there and get across with our information. Don't let nobody harass us on what we know. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Right. So it just comes with the territory of us having free will, is having to deal with things that they tried to protect us from, that we now have knowledge of and we have to deal with.
And most people are afraid, for real, for real. They're afraid. They want to be smart. They want to fit in. And then as soon as they get a glimpse, they know what the truth is. And they be like, nah, that's going to make me too different. I'm going to be a weirdo. And then you fall right in line with slavery.
Right.
Look, then again, you remind me of the story of Gideon when Joshua was taking over. Yeah, he's gonna have to succumb to something, and then he had to succumb to Samuel. Yeah, he's gonna
Go
get
put pizza rolls.
out.
Go put your refrigerator.
I think the truth can be different for every person. He said that truth is relative. Is not relative, but I absolutely think it is. I think everybody has a different spiritual journey, just like me and my karma, and what I can do certain people can't do. Like I cannot smoke because of just what I have going on in my spirituality, and it's just something that he doesn't want me to do, and that's my relationship I have with him. So that's just me personally. They obviously have people out here who are smoking, who are doing whatever, and they don't receive any consequences for what they do. So I definitely think everything is relative to who you are as a human being, and that comes with being having free will.
Peace and blessings, everyone. How y'all doing?
Peace,
Howdy.
peace.
I just wanted to, come in and talk, and I've been watching the live for a minute, and I want to say, I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all talking about what your experiences with life and things like that. I just wanted to say that I'm on this path now to where I'm trying to find my true identity or heritage. You know what I'm saying? Like my true people, and it's like going down that path is very hard for me because I've been in foster care my whole life, so I don't really know much, about my real family like that. And it's like when I try to talk to them about it, it's like I get, shut down, or they don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult right now for me to claim something that these people had given us. Like how they say we all from Africa. I don't believe that at all. Because I was born in America, and I called my real grandmother and tried to ask her, and when I asked her, she laughed. You know what I'm saying? And then I see a lot of people on here talking about their true heritage and where their people come from, and it's like, how do you even go down that road to find your true people?
Yeah, I definitely think that there's some truth to us being indigenous. Like even if you look at indigenous Mexicans, They're 2 states away from me. I'm in Louisiana. 2 states away from me, they got indigenous Mexicans darker than I am. So why would you not think? Why would I not believe that indigenous Americans were of a darker complexion, despite what they tell us? And I think
That's
that's why a
why I
lot
can.
of Black Americans are having this identity crisis, to where they kind of intuitively know the truth. Now, I don't agree with people who are telling people like to believe in certain things. I think people can come to their own conclusions and believe what they want to, but I definitely don't think telling them they're wrong is right either.
Do you think Babylon is America?
I do.
You act. Oh, I honestly, when people ask me that, I be, saying I be thinking America is Egypt sometimes. So because it's like this. People say, oh, the pyramids was, here for a very long time during the ancient time. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like America is, because just like the on the back of a dollar bill, if the pyramids are in Egypt, why is it on the back of a U.S. dollar bill?
Right.
Right, right.
And it's like
Think
it,
about it.
it, it's weird because people say, oh no, America is not this, America is not that, but me personally, I just feel like America is Egypt, like, and the people, the rulers that rule the world right now rearranged everything, just like the Sphinx. It had black people nose on there, and they destroyed all the ancient artifacts and rearranged everybody's history. And I always say this to people, like, how come every other race know where their people come from, but except black people? We are the only people that don't know where our true heritage is, and where we truly come from. You know what I'm saying? And you got people that been living in America, just like all the Native Americans and all the black indigenous people. And they killed all them people off and stole all their history, which is crazy.
Right, right.
You heard about the pyramids that they got here in America and the Sphinx?
Yeah, of course. They got pyramids all over the world. Just like people, I was arguing with somebody today, and I was like, if people don't know, it's pyramids in Antarctica that's bigger than the one in Egypt. Wait, 3 times bigger than the one in Egypt.
Mm.
So I just feel like these pyramids are stargates to other realms and other people and stuff like that. That's just my preference on these pyramids, or they were just energy based for us.
I think we can link up and do something on here about that 3 times.
Most
I think we can do something on with the joints for Antarctica.
and the thing about it, no, you go ahead. The thing about it is, like, the stuff that we know now. This goes back as far as when Atlantis was around, and I tell people this: the people that's running the world right now, they not from here. Like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Clintons. People give
Oh
praise to
yeah.
Obama, but
Facts.
people don't really know that Obama is the grandson from Hitler. So it's like, in my eyes, he's not black.
Brand.
He's not he's not for us. The people that's running they never was for us. That's why it's so much dividing, and we knocking each other down, when in reality we're supposed to be, you know, healing each other and praying for the better and moving forward. All the stuff that we've been going through in this world today, I feel like all of that is a distraction to take us off
I
of
also
the true. I'm sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
I also think about, like I was talking about earlier, about karmic retribution, to where they put everything right in the open, to where we can see it. They show us right in the open what they do and how they what they are doing to us right in the open, so that karma is clear. And even if you look at what they taught us in around middle school, or whenever you learned it, about the manifest destiny, and that they don't want us to know anything about spirituality. They made us scared of it, or whatever, but they decided to specifically use that word in our textbooks, and so they could tell us outright what they were doing when they came to America, and what they wanted to do with America, to what they wanted to manifest in America. And I want to know what they were trying to manifest, and calling it the manifest destiny. That's such a specific word to use
They
in American textbooks. That
they they
has
they,
no.
they manifest evilness. They manifest evilness, but they don't really tell us how our bodies work. We can heal ourselves, and do great things with our body, being spiritual, and like somebody was mentioning earlier about meditating, and even grounding or sun gazing. People don't know that Mother Earth is energy. If you have a back problem, you could step outside your door and walk around in your grass, and your back problems is gone. And these are the things that they don't teach us. And today, I had to learn all this stuff myself, and I was like, yo, wow. A white man was doing that, and he was like, if you ground, it helps you out much better than wearing shoes.
Hmm.
Just like shoes, we was never supposed to wear shoes, but they invented shoes to disconnect us from Mother Nature
That
and
also
Mother
has to do
Earth.
with the food that what they are feeding us. They don't want us to be grounded in
Exactly.
anything that is truly of the earth. They want us to
It's
be grounded
poison.
in things that are man made, so they can
It's poison.
manifest man made things within us.
Excuse me, guys. Susan, how you doing?
How you doing?
You ready? Because I'm ready, but I kind of wanted to go through with us on this same live just so we can get things clear. But if you're not up to that too, if you need to go to sleep, I'm fine with that too.
I stay up for another 15.
But
Just
So,
just like if you have anybody looked up Tartaria.
excuse me, would it be
Oh, I'm
better
sorry.
if would it be better if we end the guest so that we can talk about this, or do you guys not want to talk about this tonight?
What are we talking about?
Talk about what?
uh, the elephant in the room.
I forgot what we was
It
talking
must it
about.
must be a ant in the room because I don't know what I can't see.
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
powerful. It's some powerful shit. But basically, pretty much, yeah, we're running a social experiment, and it works flawlessly. Uh, we really don't know what y'all talking about.
we don't. But,
We just
We're
wanted
you,
to.
talking
We
about the
wanted to see. No,
manifestation and
no
what
offense.
they.
No, no offense. No offense. We just wanted to see if we just said anything. We literally just been sitting here just saying anything, just making up shit, and everybody's agreeing with us. And I don't get
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's
I don't
confusing.
get it. We're just saying
Agreeing with who?
anything.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. We were talking
So
about the manifestation and what they manifest in America when they put that in the textbooks and what exactly they're trying to do. We're talking about the fake food that they give us, the fake water they give us, the air that they poison. We're talking about God and who He is and what Jesus is. That's what we were talking about. I don't know what y'all were talking about.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. But what is that? I made it up. Everything I said, I swear I made it up.
we made it up. We
I
were saying,
literally just made it up.
yeah,
Everything I made up.
we
Everything.
made
It's
up.
not that it works for me.
And Patal, the things that Patal said specifically, he didn't say a complete sentence, and you guys were like facts.
It wasn't me who said facts. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't think that's weird to do in general? Like, even if it was what y'all were doing? Like, y'all don't find that weird?
No,
No,
not
but
at all.
I'm about to tell you what happened.
Not at all.
We were playing, and then I let people in the live because I thought that they were gonna come up here and like tell us we were wrong, and I didn't know people were going to be agreeing with us, and we got
Well,
like
you the person who
we
has
got like
claimed,
120 something people in the live. We were
well, you're
freestyling.
not the person who has claimed that the pyramids are in America. They have many other people who
No, I just
believe
put
that, and
that.
it's
I okay, look, I put that on because that wasn't the first thing I put on my screen. I just put that on my screen, and then Tristan started freestyling, and I just started freestyling, and then it just went haywire after that.
We were making fun of people basically while we were talking, and then you guys joined the live and was like, "Oh, I understand what you're saying." We weren't even saying any like known uh conspiracy theories. We were just freestyling.
When I joined the live, the other girl was in here talking about the military and about the fake food and stuff, and I went
Yeah,
off on
that's
that
but
tangent.
before that, she was agreeing with a lot of the stuff we were saying.
Well, that wasn't
She,
that wasn't me.
she said
We
something
what I
about
agree with
somebody.
is what she was
She said
talking about with
somebody
the
found the pyramid 2 days ago in I forgot what state it was.
well, that sounds like something she had going on. That's not that don't have nothing to do with me personally. I ain't even gonna speak for nobody else in the law. That had nothing to do with
Nah, when
me
they
and what I
got to
believe.
you, when they got to you, it was Jesus. And although you say you ain't believe, you quoted a whole lot of Jesus.
I said, first of all, that Jesus to me is just love. What I believe in is math in the concreteness of math and karma, and then I believe in love, things that create a buffer in between us and our karma.
Like you brought out a lot of verses, though. There's a lot of verses.
So
But a lot of
do you think there was an
characters.
actual person named Jesus that roamed the earth?
No, I think everything is allegorical. I believe Jesus is much bigger than just a
Yeah, we don't
just
believe that. We don't think Jesus is no bigger than an ant.
well, that's y'all beliefs. That's what these lives are for, to have disagreements and to have conversation.
I can't argue that. You're right about that.
Yeah, that's
And again,
facts.
That's
Jesus,
big
Jesus
facts for
out
real.
is allegorical to who you believe it to be. And like I said, I believe Jesus is just putting a name to a vibration, and the vibration of love is who I think Jesus, what I call Jesus to be.
But
Yeah,
this
I mean,
Jesus followed
you can make it whatever you want to make it.
yeah, this Jesus followed script from the so-called Jewish people, and so that wasn't all love. So how can he be all love? And this character told everybody, "I didn't come to change the laws, but to fulfill them." And in order to fulfill them,
I didn't say I believe in a Jesus in the Bible. I said I put a name to a vibration, and whoever I can easily interchange the name of Jesus with the term of love.
But
so
you
I've
use,
given a suggestion not to use
So what
Jesus
I
because
believe in is love.
oh, okay, okay.
but you use scripture to describe this
Scripture
love.
is allegorical. I use the scripture as an allegorical. I didn't mean it in a literal sense. I didn't use it literally in a literal.
I see. That's what's up.
But what is the allegory?
Just like
Because everybody,
everybody, the
I don't think
Bible is to
anybody
be
would.
interpreted. The
let
Bible
me
is to be
finish my
interpreted
sentence.
upon. So everybody has their own interpretation of the Bible. It doesn't have to be literal. Literal. The book was meant to include in the Quran and other spiritual texts to be looked at and dissected and understood in a way for your personal spirituality.
Even though
But
it says lean not on your own
We
understanding.
looked, we dissected it, and we came to the conclusion that the Greeks wrote the book.
not even that though. The allegory part would be that you would have to be a part of the culture to get the story. So it can't just be a blanket allegory. So how can we here use a script to call it an allegory? We wouldn't know why somebody would say a story to give a certain point.
Because you can interpret it how you want to, like just like you can read a story about the hare and the rabbit, and you know that the interpretation of the story is not literally a hare, I mean a hare and a turtle had a race. Is that the interpretation of it is that you can just because you go fast don't mean that you're doing it better, and that's your interpretation of the text, and it doesn't have to do with the literal, oh they had a race and they won because they was faster and this and that. It's an interpretation of the text.
This was an awesome live, y'all.
Totally awesome.
I have a
You.
comment. I had to wait to unmute. So at the end of the day, so do you look at every story like that in general? So like if you read the book 1984 by George Orwell, right? And you read it and so you say this is an allegory on how to use my life. Is this an equal thing or is it just with holy scriptures?
Well, the book, the if I don't know what book you're talking about, but if he says specifically do this and do this, and it's telling you certain things to do. That's not what the Bible does. The Bible tells you stories and people interpret it as such.
The
The
Bible
Bible
doesn't
doesn't tell
tell
you
people to do certain things.
it's in
They
story
kill.
form. And even if it does tell you to do certain things, you can still interpret it as something else. It can tell you, "Oh, do this on Saturdays and Sundays," and you can interpret it as, well, doing something in the spiritual instead of doing something in the physical. If it tells you to go cut down a tree and do this and do that, you can use cutting down as a tree as a way to say to meditate or something like that. You can use it. You can
Okay, but what if the book told?
interpret it
What if the
separately.
Bible told you you could drink your pee?
If the Bible told you to do what?
You can drink your pee, and you can heal. You can heal yourself.
I can't hear you.
What if the Bible told you you can drink your own urine to heal any ailment that's wrong with your body?
The Bible doesn't say that.
They
Not the
say it.
three, not the
Too.
three
That
six
It
wasn't
doesn't.
nine
It
bond.
doesn't say. It
that
doesn't
wasn't a
say
good one
anything like
because we
that.
know it doesn't say that.
Well. There's people who interpret it that way.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
okay, okay. That is the right thing. Yes.
It says drink from your own cistern. And then people go, "Oh, it's telling you to." It's not telling you to drink from the well because why would it tell you to drink from your own well? And there's a whole bunch of people around you. They're going to just keep digging their own wells, and then somebody else going to be like, "Yeah, why would you dig your? You can't. Everybody can't dig their own well. That don't make sense. It must be talking about your cistern." So you can interpret anything, but the Bible. I mean, why would it? Why would it be in code? Like that's what humans
Why
do.
would it not? If they have something that they don't want you to know, or whoever made the book, just like I said, they do something called karmic retribution, to where if they put it out there, they're not responsible for it, so they can easily code the messages, and you can still gain information from reading it and put things together using your intuition
Is
and
God
Hmm.
allowing them to do that?
your understanding.
Right.
Like the knowledge comes from something higher. It allowed them to do that, or is this something we made up and we're hiding the truth amongst ourselves? There's no higher force involved.
What? What you
If
mean?
if there's a higher power involved, how is man allowed to hide the truth that's supposed to be available to everybody? There's some people who didn't even
Because
make it to
we have
age
free
20
will.
and they
Because
read the
we have
book
free will.
and just thought they were supposed to get a life to Christ and turn
Because
come
we
to
got
find
what?
out
Because they have free will.
So now it's not
how,
allegory. Now it's real.
What
that part's real.
what's not allegory?
You
The free
just said
will
because
part.
they have free will. You like less than 2 minutes ago. You said the Bible's allegory. So now you're
He
taking the Bible. You're taking the Bible out of being allegory until it being real.
what did Mofax? What did you just say?
Which part? What the people who don't make it to 15 years old? I said
No.
some people read the book according to what somebody else told them it meant, and they didn't have a chance to find out the truth because man tricked them. So they gave their life to Christ, and they felt like, well, I guess it don't matter that I'm out here fucked up, doing drugs in the streets, going to the military, whatever, and they pass away thinking they good, and they never knew the truth the whole time. That's
Okay.
that's not free will. That's somebody impeding. Someone is tricking you. You don't have a fair chance.
Just because it's not fair doesn't mean it's not free will. Just they have free will to tell you that, and they do have a free will to not take that. Just like some people are born into the church and they have to go with what their mom tells them. They have people who break out of that and find their own way. That's they have free will whether they notice it or accept it or not. They had a chance to not believe what was forced upon them, just like everybody else.
So whoever put this together, they're not better than man. Like it can't be a higher power behind it. It must be just another man because we have made systems to where people are not allowed to trick you. You can take somebody to court if they're playing word games with you and tricking you into something, and you can undo it because they went against your will. You were trying to get to the truth. You were trying to free yourself from debt. You were trying to get a loan. You were trying to buy a house. You were trying to do something, and they made you think you were doing it and then tricked you on the back end. And then they can get sued for it. But when it comes to the word of God, people can trick you and go, oh, well, free will. So we outdid God. We made it better.
So your point you're trying to make is that there is no God.
I have no idea. I know that with all of that stuff that's going on in that book, I find it hard to believe that there's a benevolent being sitting there watching people trick other people and let them get away with it. Especially for black people who weren't allowed to read for a very long time, and we just come online with the ability to read, and we're just getting tricked, and it's not going to like update us and say,
Well,
"Hey,
I
look,
agree.
beware."
I don't believe there's a benevolent being either, and I think Jesus also, even the vibration of love, has a lower vibration and a higher vibrational form of the being. So what I do is I make sure that when I call upon what I call Jesus, I make sure I call upon the one that is generous, that is peaceful, that is extra loving, extra kind, and extra gentle towards you. So you as a person with free will have to make the decision on who you call upon and who you call your God. And I don't believe there is someone who is strictly benevolent that watches over us. And Jesus has a low vibrational side and a high vibrational point, just like we do.
Can I ask what you use Jesus for? Or the form that you would call Jesus, what do you use it for?
The vibration of love. There are
So that's
lower forms of love and there are higher forms of love.
right. But I'm saying as far as so you have a higher power, a God, and then you also have a love. And what
I
is the
believe that
love?
God is the yes, who I believe God is a spectrum of good and evil. And I believe to put names to it, the higher vibration is love, and the lower vibration is evil, which is the devil and what they call Jesus. But I
So
believe
Jesus
God
would be God.
a spectrum that you can call upon.
So Jesus would be a God figure or just someone you would call.
I think it's a very strong force, just like evil is a very strong force.
No, I'm just trying to get an idea what is it used for. Like when you call it on it, what it like you know what I'm saying is to be
For
used
help,
for what?
for help, for help. Just like we have free will, you would know that people have free will to kill you. So in order to be protected, I would call upon Jesus and be like, "Can you protect me?" As a higher form of love that is powerful, they have power to be able to protect you.
Yeah, that's similar to Jesus.
Huh?
I say yeah, that's similar to Jesus. But only thing when people use Jesus, they use it as the gate higher power, which would be God.
Well, that's not my interpretation of it. I believe God just putting a name to a vibration. I said it many times. It's just me putting a name to a vibration
Yeah, no
that
doubt.
people will understand.
So, like a
Just like they say
two-year-old is
that
shit out of
Jesus
luck.
is the Son. Jesus is the Son, and again, that is another interpretation of the Bible, saying that He is the Son, and the Son is the start of all life on the earth. And they use that as an allegory to say love is what starts life on the earth and keeps it going. So everything again in the Bible is allegorical in your own interpretation of it.
Okay, well, how is it an allegory if you're not supposed to acknowledge any celestial body, anything in the cosmos at all? There's punishments for that. The people literally got wiped out completely. Even his own chosen people got wiped out for acknowledging it. Is that an allegory?
It's whatever you interpret it to be. For me, that means that for everything got so evil to where the high vibrational being, which I believe, what I would call Jesus, who has power, because we believe every human being at some form believes in Jesus and believes in love. I'm not gonna keep saying Jesus believes in love at some point, just like they believe in evil at some form or point. So I believe that love is a very strong vibration because a lot of people believe in it. So
I
saying all the people got washed away might mean something different. I don't know exactly what that is because I didn't bring it up. So I don't know.
I mean,
I haven't got
it's
lost
so
in the part of
gruesome
the
and
text.
heinous what he did in those books. You would have to make it mean something else because it's
right.
cruel. It literally your mind would not let you accept that. It would have to mean something else.
I
No,
just want to
it could mean whatever you want it to mean.
I just want to explain from a different perspective that what's going on with most people who have this thought process is that they were indoctrinated, so they have to interpret their old beliefs into their new beliefs. And that's what's really going on. Like, Jesus doesn't have to be an allegory. The Bible doesn't have to have some good information. It once the one bad thing is in there for that kind of claim, it should be over with. Now, if you want to get into vibrations and add
That's your interpretation
I
of
am,
it.
and I am. I'm giving it. I'm giving it. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm giving my interpretation or idea. We all have different ideas. So what is happening is they're so indoctrinated, they think they have to combine it with their thought process. And I will say, no, you don't have to combine it. Once you find for yourself it's not a true thing, now let's get into karma. Let's get into chakras. Let's get into the other thing that you guys are moving on to, and then study those the same way that you don't feel like that is a true story of the Bible. Now let's get into chakras. Let's get into the kundalisi or whatever. Let's get into the other stuff that you think. You don't have to put them together. And that's not for you personally. That's for everybody listening.
And you don't. There's no disagreement in what you're saying and what I'm saying. You can everybody has their own specific spirituality. What I take from the Bible is stuff that I want to take from the Bible that I interpret on my
Yeah,
own.
we just going
It's not
around the
something that
field
I'm
at this point.
pushing onto other people. Everybody has their very specific life forms. For me, I believe people come from different places within the universe that have completely different rules, but depending on what a group of people make things real. And just like our group of people on earth make the earth real because we put our consciousness, we all are one consciousness and have made it so to be real. So I believe
Just,
people can
just
create
because
real rules for
millions of
themselves
people around the
so that's
world
what people
believe
believe
in the
in.
book doesn't mean the stuff that in the book makes it real.
Huh?
You said we can believe in stuff and that's what makes it real.
Yes. Absolutely.
Millions of people around this world believe in the Bible. That doesn't mean
Yes.
that the places and all the stories that took place in the Bible are real.
It doesn't, but it does make the when they call upon that God and be like, I have a God that is rude, that is mean, that is very on top of us, that punishes us. They can very well manifest that for themselves. You don't believe in manifestation?
No, I don't believe you can manifest a God that's not real.
Do you have to invoke a name to manifest, or can you just believe without doubt?
You can wait. First of all, y'all don't believe in manifestation.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out because there's like different level. Manifestation has a spectrum, and people believe it to one extreme, and then there's some in between, and then there's the low end. So I'm trying to figure out: is
No,
it manifestation through like invoking ancestors, Jesus, or is it just belief without doubt?
yes, just like you can constantly believe
Wait,
that you
which
have a
one?
disease and you can end up having that disease
Yeah,
through
which
the
one were you
power
saying
of
yes
your
to?
huh?
You said yeah, but which part? Like I asked like three different. Which one is it on the spectrum? Without doubt or invoking names and
Oh, I
rituals?
believe absolutely we have full power and that comes with free will that we can manifest anything we believe. But I think there is a point to it that it also you have to also look at the other people on your consciousness. So we can live in a world. I believe that where we all got mermaid tails and wings, but that's not something that everybody believes. So it's not something that can. If that goes back to basic math, if everybody believes that we're on this earth and we are very mundane, we're just human beings, that is what's going to be the base. And you have to counteract that with your own, with one person's power of manifestation to be like, oh no, I want to have a mermaid tail. But they have in order to manifest that, they have to go through the entire Earth's vibration of believing that we are just regular humanoids. So
No.
one person believing that I can manifest a tail if I wanted to has to go through other people's consciousness and what us as a whole believe in. So I
So
think there's
how does like a weird person, I'll say, a strange weird person that likes to, abduct people and stuff, like minors. The kid, they use a trick and get the kid to believe something, and that's what gets them to go along with them. The kid does not end up where they believe they're going. The kid has no doubt in their mind that they're about to be dropped off at their grandmother's house. So they're in the back seat with a lollipop, thinking they're going to their grandmother's house. The person who's doing this stuff is an adult who knows very well in their mind that this may fail. They don't even believe it all the way. The kid is using more belief and more faith without doubt than the kidnapper. Then when the family tries to look for the kid, they rally up a lot of people. They corral neighborhoods and people from all different states and the police force and other forces from surrounding areas. And all of these people believe that they're going to find the kid. They don't give up. Some families and strangers don't even give up for years. And it's 8 million kids missing a year. And their belief was not enough to make them teleport back at their house where they believed without a doubt they were going to be at. And just one person's mind full override it was overrided by one sick person's mind who didn't even use full belief. How does that work?
How just because one you saying a whole family believed that he would be dropped off by his grandmother?
No, the little kid standing outside at the bus stop or riding their bike and, hey, come here, take this piece of candy. Your grandma told me to pick you up. They go, okay. He believes it without a doubt. She believes it without a doubt. I'm about to go get dropped off at my grandmother's house, not a
Well,
cabin in the woods somewhere.
manifestation isn't
Mo.
instantaneous. So just believing it in a 10-minute span that he's not getting dropped off at his grandmother's house is not going to work. It also has to deal with the with just you have to go through other people's vibrations, which
And
and
that's what
basic.
exactly, and that's why I gave you the example of the mass amount of people who try to find the kid. That's when they're purposely doing it. I knew there was another level to it. So now you have that person who's just it's just one on one. The person, the sick-minded person, their shit took over. Cool. Now what about the mass amount of people that's looking for the kid, believing that they're going to find the kid and never find him?
You can't discount real life when you're talking about manifestation.
No,
If we
you
Bingo.
said,
can you wait? Well, let me speak. I'll wait until you spoke. I'll let you speak. The if you cannot discount that, and I already let y'all know that there's limits to manifestation, and I let you know that you have to deal with other people's minds as well. And if you cannot discount that the world that we live in, that driving, that most people believe if you drive to a certain place you're going to get there. So if you can't just be like, oh, the one kid in the family believe that he's getting dropped off by his grandma, and that just changes the whole earth's
he didn't
way
say
of
the
working.
family,
What?
man. He said everybody in the neighborhood and people not in the neighborhood are out looking for this kid. And in their minds, they're wishing that they find this kid. And you said we could manifest anything into our
The
reality.
manifestation is not instantaneous. It's not just think something and it is. That's not what manifestation is.
So that,
So
like he
what?
It's
said from
not
the
just
beginning.
think it and now it's there.
So like
So
he
what
said from the beginning,
You
kids
said we could
out.
manifest our reality.
Right. And what manifestation is for people who believe in manifestation is like they manifest $100 and they're so proud of this. Like if it's personal, it's okay. But manifestation should work if you're being kidnapped and people are believing in manifesting that you come home and stuff like that. Scenario right there, that's more
No,
important than
that's
you
not no that's
manifesting
It's in the
love
movie.
and stuff for yourself. Like that is more important. If this is a power that we have that's like undeniable, right? That should be the only time we really care is to get people out of harm's way. But a lot of people who like manifestation likes it because they think it makes their life better personally.
no manifestation is not just think something and it is something that you practice over time. It's something that you do every day for years
Yeah,
that
you didn't say that
time.
at first. You said all of us can manifest things into our reality. And then
Okay,
Mo
because
kept giving you scenarios and you
I
kept
said
sticking with
you
the
cannot
family.
override basic
You
facts.
said if all of
You
us
cannot
believe,
override
it's
the
like when
regular.
you were talking about a God, you said if all of y'all believe in one God, I can manifest y'all reality into that God. So now the God is real. And Mo was putting it into the realm of if
It's
a
real
child
for
is
you.
missing,
It's not real for everybody. It's not real for everybody. I said everybody has their own personal spirituality and what they believe in. My God is not going to be someone else's God just because I believe in it and I've manifested that God for
But that's
myself.
exact. That is exactly what you said. You said,
That is not what I said. That is not at all what I said.
okay,
I said you there's levels to manifest, just like you asked me, do I believe in it all the way? Is there a medium? And is there I said, well, you have to still deal with other people on the consciousness that we are on. We are all, if y'all believe that or not, we are all one consciousness. If like I said, if we were talking about the mermaid thing, you cannot just manifest a mermaid tail, and I already explained this. You cannot just manifest something so out of reality without going through everybody else first. You can't just be like, oh, I can grow a tail because I manifested it, and but everybody else believes you cannot grow one. You have to be some type of god, like a not a god like guys like we are in general, but have the power in order to do that on your own, which we don't have. We have collective power. We could collectively manifest something. We have collectively manifested what we call Jesus in love because we collectively believe in love. So we have manifested
you
someone
just proved my
such as
point.
Jesus.
Yeah, and Mofac's point was about the collective. I don't know if you're understanding this. Mofac's point was about the collective.
Okay,
So the
and I,
collect,
if you're talking
yeah,
about
the
the collective,
collective
I
is
agree. And I said that as soon as I said when he asked me, I said you have to go through the collective in order to be able to manifest something. You cannot just manifest something on your own. And I literally said that. How are y'all know I know that I just said that you cannot just manifest something so out of the box just because you yourself believe it. You can't just manifest
You
a
just
mermaid
said
tail
that.
just because you
let
yourself believe that.
You're
that's
not
exactly what I was
finished.
talking about. But let's think about John Ramsey. All of her friends and family members and people in the community, they was manifesting for her to come home. But not only that, the world was, it was so popular. Everybody was thinking, let this baby come home. Every day they was praying and they was doing this for her to come home, and she
And
never
they
came
might be
home.
able to manifest. They might be able to manifest that somebody finds the girl. If they believe that over a long
He,
period of time, they might be able to do
And
that.
you're still
but the
doing it.
person who did it already know what they did. While people
And
are
So
she
what does that
looking
have to do with
and
people
praying, they
manifesting that Jesus?
already know the person is deceased. There's people still looking for their kids now for years.
You can't.
They're
You can't. Okay,
gone.
you just said that, right? You cannot just because a family believes that they can find somebody. You cannot resurrect somebody from the dead just because you want to manifest something. You
But
So
have
we're
it
not
to
does have
talking
a
go through the
limit.
collective. I
we're
keep saying you
not
have to
talk,
go through the
we're not
collective.
talking about that. We're talking about a collective thought process that manifests stuff. John Benet Ramsey
You
has
you
never
think you
been.
can you think you can people who believe in
Let me
manifestation do not
finish.
believe you can manifest somebody
We
to come from
always
the
give
dead.
grace to everybody else in any live. I give grace to everybody. So let me finish. John Benet was never found, and everybody collectively wanted her to come home.
Okay,
So
but she is dead. You cannot manifest somebody to
How do you
come
know
from
that?
someone dead.
how do you know she passed?
Y'all just said she did, right?
No,
No.
no, we didn't say that.
Okay, then because she's not dead, then I do think that they can manifest that somebody finds the girl.
Yeah, but what I was pointing out, I wasn't trying to say she was deceased. What I was saying is that if that is, and I'm including all the missing kids, 8 million each year. Everyone who believes that they're going to find their kid, and we talking about 8 million missing kids a year. Those people have family members and friends. So you got to times that by like 5, 15, 20, depending on how much of the community gets involved. For each one of those 8 millions, you taking that number up 4 or 5 times of how many people are putting their mind into finding this person. But what I was pointing out is that it's a small group of individuals who are taking these kids who already know what they did. They know if they're alive or not. So it doesn't matter what you believe. What you
Is
believe
y'all
doesn't
argument?
matter.
Is y'all argument that you don't believe in manifestation?
I'm trying to find the logic to it.
So you don't believe in it?
That's not
Okay,
what he
so
said.
a person who takes over another person's country, the people who dominate the world right now, do you believe that they use manifestation, or do you think that they just use ruthlessness?
Absolutely, absolutely. They manifest our death since we're born. They have it written in their laws that people of color are
Oh, but look,
already dead when they're born.
you said it take years and years of practice to manifest.
You don't think they've been years and years and years
No,
of
no, no,
plotting
no.
plotting
I
on us?
do not. I do not at all.
So you don't think 400 years of killing, raping, pillaging
No,
is
no,
not
no, 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 no,
manifestation?
no, 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 no. So let's say I'm single, and I see a girl, and I'm like, you know what? I want her, and then the guy that she's with, he wants her. So I say I'm gonna manifest taking his chick. But he doesn't know I'm trying to take his chick because in his mind, he's manifesting a good relationship. Now
I
I
want to
ain't been
date.
practicing. I haven't been practicing manifestation for too long. I just said I want his girl. I'm gonna go try to take her. Like I say he's been practicing manifestation for years, and I end up taking his chick. So manifestation didn't work for him. He been practicing for years, and I
Okay,
just
but
come and take his chick.
you still have to deal with other people's manifestations. What if he believes that no one can take his chick? You have to go against that
But I
also.
took her. She's gone.
Manifestation isn't
I took her. She's
a
gone. I took her. She's gone.
manifestation
I took her.
is
She's gone.
a blanket.
She's gone. I took her. Mr. Steal Your Girl's back. Welcome to Death Row.
Manifestation is not magic. I keep saying you cannot just think something and all of a sudden it is. Y'all keep trying to make it into a thing like, oh, all I gotta do is think it and it's there. That's
Okay,
not
so
what
this is what I'm
manifestation is.
saying. If
Right.
it
So
takes
why not
years and
just
years of practice of manifestation, why are you even talking to us about it?
Because that's the topic, right? I believe in manifestation. That's why I
okay?
sat here and I
No,
We're
said, do
trying
you
to
believe in
understand what it is
manifestation?
because what it sounds like is people say, you know what, I want what they got, and they go do it, and they take it, and then they defend it.
Manifestation
They make sure you can't get it. Like it seems like it's faster to just go do it.
manifestation does not work like that. And I sat there, I listened to you, so I want to listen. I want you to listen to what manifestation is.
Well, you
Manifestation,
said hundreds of years of raping and pillaging. That's
yes,
physical work.
that's physical manifestation. You can physically manifest stuff. If I have a thought that I want to build a mini sculpture, that is me, and I go out and do it. That is a physical manifestation. I thought it, and now it's here because I've done
look,
the work to do it.
I'm gonna show you how flawed your manifestation is. We were enslaved on this continent, and our people were praying and hoping and manifesting that they would be let go, and it never happened. And then when we got free, everybody played the numbers. Why? So they can win the money. They went and got the number books and all types of stuff, and they still ain't winning the money. You got people, grandmas, that have been playing the lottery from the time they were younger than me to the time that they're 90 years old, and they never won. So they're practicing manifestation on the from decade to decade to decade, and it's not working, right?
No,
Black people here in America, we've been wanting to be equal in the eyes of the law. You
that's
had every
if you would
every
let me
time.
if you would let me explain what
No,
manifestation
but
is.
just what I'm saying, you keep talking and talking and talking, and then when other people talk, we get like 30 seconds, and then you want us to let you keep talking. This always happens with the spiritual people.
Well,
They
I
love
I
to talk.
agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
you
It
guys
doesn't
talk
work like
yourselves into a circle because it comes back. You guys don't make sense, and you try to wiggle out and try to make it make sense. Then you just keep digging yourself another grave. That always happens. You
no. I'm
start
not.
talking to us about,
I
we
agree with
start
what you're
talking to you
saying.
about manifestation, and we start seeing flaws in it because you told me that people can manifest their own reality, and then you said they can manifest as a collective unit their own God. And then you told me, no, I did not say that.
Yes, I do. I do agree. You can manifest your own God. Yes, I do.
Then why'd you tell me, no, you cannot do that?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, okay, well, hopefully the TikTok lets me download this live, and I will let you see it for yourself.
Okay, well,
Welcome to
I
Death
did
Row.
say I disagree. You can definitely collectively manifest the God. I said we collectively manifested love in Jesus because we us as a collective believe in love and we believe in evil as a collective. So we have manifested Jesus in for namesake, and we have manifested the devil for namesake.
Who's the devil?
Oh,
Low
yeah, the devil's
vibrations.
not real. How can you manifest stuff that's not something in
They're
nature?
allegory.
Okay, so
Evil,
Satan,
and love existed way before Jesus. So how are we identifying evil and love to be Jesus and the devil when evil and love existed before the New Testament was even written?
that's what I said. That it's just putting a name to a vibration. You
You're
can
put
call low vibrations whatever you want to
you
call it. You
yeah
can call
you
it the
so you
devil. You can
you're
call
new
it Satan. You can call it
you're
whatever.
new age spiritual. That's what you're a new age spirituality. That's what this is.
What do you just said that it has existed way before Christianity and all this, and I just agree with you in saying that it is not a name. I'm just using the names for name's sake.
Don't use the
You can
name for
call the
name's sake.
vibration of
Period.
evil whatever you want it. You can
You
call the
can't say
vibration
you
of love
can't
whatever.
say you don't believe that there was a real Jesus and then start using Jesus as love. Because now
I,
you're gonna
I
have people
said that
confused.
I have said constantly over and over again that Jesus, I say the name Jesus is just a different name for saying love. I use love and Jesus interchangeably. I have said that millions of times that Jesus, I do not believe in the Jesus in the Bible, and I have said that multiple times.
Are you gonna let me talk or you gonna keep cutting me off while I talk?
When did I cut you off?
You
You just
always
said
cut me
the name.
off when I start talking.
Okay, go ahead.
It doesn't matter if you believe Jesus is real or not. What matters is people are listening to you.
I don't believe in
Someone-
Jesus.
There you go again, cutting me off.
We've given you so much grace because
That's
you have helped us with our social experiment.
Yo.
Do that again. The host is speaking, and just let him speak. Let him get it out because we've been letting you get it out for a long time.
One more time. It does not matter if you believe that there was an actual Jesus. People are listening to you speak about Jesus and they believe. So then they're going to start following the words that are coming out of your mouth because you're playing word games with the word Jesus. So when you're saying Jesus is love, then but oh, she is right. Jesus is love. You might not believe, but they believe. So even if you tell them, hey, I don't believe Jesus is all allegory, they're not going to pick up on that because then their whole mind and heart, they believe Jesus was real. So then you be like, oh, Jesus is love. Namaste, Ashe. They're gonna start believing it. No, Jesus is love. And they're gonna go around telling everybody else the new cult. Jesus is love. Jesus is love. Jesus is love. What's evil? Oh, evil is the devil. Evil is the devil. So you're taking New Testament and you're spinning it with words. You might not see it, but other people are going to see it. And then you're going to have other people following the stuff that's coming out of your mouth like it's real. You don't see a problem with that because you're going to identify it. Whenever something good happens in your life, you're going to identify it with Jesus. If a new guy comes into your house, your sister had a kid. Oh, look at the love for this baby. Oh, won't he do it? That's Jesus, because Jesus is love. And let's God forbid somebody in your family get into a car accident, they lose the leg. Oh, that's evil, wicked. No, that's the devil.
Are you done?
I sure am.
Like I said, I'm not in charge of what nobody thinks. And people have free will to believe whatever they want to.
You
And
are in charge because you're on
I
a
let you talk.
platform talking about it.
I let you talk.
Wait. You're talking to the host. You're not talking to other people. So
Go
when
ahead.
It
he's
doesn't matter. We're having a
it
conversation. I
does
let him
matter.
Go
talk.
ahead.
Yes,
Let her
I
go.
no, it does
I
not.
hate I have to do this. I do hate
I
it.
let
Like
him talk. I let him talk, so I should
really
be
hate
able to
it. I
talk.
really hate I have to do this because
Let her
You
talk.
hate you have to do what?
okay, so I wanted to talk about what I took from this
You
experiment.
figured out Tristan. You figured out manifestation?
right. But that's what we was all saying. In
I
Jesus' name,
never
pray.
I never figured it out. I can't figure it out, but I hate I had to do that. But anywho, what I took from this experiment is that trauma is a big thing for people. Like everybody experiences trauma, but some most people who do, they go to these God concepts. And the second thing is, some people say the stuff they're saying though, just because they want to be heard.
Yep.
Those are my two hypotheses. And please, Mofax, send me the notes.
Oh yeah.
She
Hey,
wanted. She just wanted to everybody to listen to stuff that's coming out of her mouth. She kept contradicting herself so many times. I don't know what happened to the other chick because I went to sleep.
Yeah,
The
she got
other
that out of
the
it.
other chick, I wanted to stop the experiment while she was talking. Like I did, but we
How
still
could
need to get
you?
down.
I wanted to too, but how? Because she
wh-
kept talking.
what messed me up was where she said some bad stuff that was happening with the military
Yes,
shit. So I was like, I can't do it now.
yes, yes. But we did have to keep going, and I told that sis to keep coming back because we will listen. We will listen to that stuff, but we will tell you no God concept is gonna fix that. Like trauma happens in everybody's life. So that's why I didn't jump in because I know that we will be here for her. But when she started talking about that stuff, I was done.
I went to
Well,
sleep, so I missed a lot of it. I couldn't get a word in. So her and the other chick kept talking to each other like they was on the phone and shit.
that shows you how dangerous this shit is. You could literally sit here and just make up anything, freestyle off the top of the dome, and it's cool. Everything cool. As soon as we start talking about some logical shit, now it's friction. So that's what I mean. People just going along with stuff, and I
We
was
was
just
in our
making that
bag.
up.
We was in our bag, and they pulled up.
And
I thought she was when she first said it. I thought she was joking with us. My bad,
yes,
That's
I
Tashana.
what
did.
I thought, yo.
Yep, I did too. I did too. And then she kept going, and I was like, wait a minute. And then everybody else came in. I was like, wait a motherfucking. We didn't say nothing that made sense. There was not one thing we said. And then Pata is the one who ended everything because he started talking about shit that didn't make sense at all to nobody. I don't
At
care if they're
all.
spiritual or nothing. And then
Hey,
it was like, yeah,
that
facts. Yeah,
shit
facts.
sounded good the way he said it though.
And they was like, yeah, facts. Yeah, facts.
Yep.
Yo, me and my wife over here fucking rolling like, yo, what did I even say? What did I fucking
Right? Right. So I'm glad we did it, but it might have implications tomorrow. I don't have a problem with that. But if you screen recorded this live, just
I
get
did
it to
not. I did not
say?
screen record it.
The best part, man. That
it.
that
This
shit
all
was
started.
sick.
This all started from me making a joke out of what they be saying, and then we kept going. All of a sudden, they was all in here like, yeah, that's true. Like that is
But
dangerous.
if the lady
That's
didn't get blocked, I should be able to download it.
I don't think I blocked. No, I might have blocked her. Damn it. I don't think I blocked her. I think I muted
No,
her, but I
I'm
might
talking
have
about
blocked her.
the first lady that was up here.
No, I think she dropped down. I think she dropped down.
Because if TikTok ban them, then you can't download it. If y'all block somebody, you can still download it.
Okay,
Nah,
okay.
nah. I think she just left out. But I think she caught wind of what was going on, truthfully, because she just sat quietly because the doors start opening up.
She was
I
reading the
kept saying
comments.
probably because I kept saying their intuition is so on point. Because if your intuition is that on point, you would have never been here.
It was like the meat and this and the meat and the poison and GMO. And Pata said, yeah, that's the same thing with Gideon. You know, when God
Right.
was
Look,
trying to push him
I,
on the sled in the snow. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
when Child of the Sun said, I just want some Anunnaki meat, and I said, oh, yeah, me too. And then other people kept saying it. This is madness. It's madness.
Yo,
right?
she agreed with that. Soon as I want some of that Anunnaki meat, fuck all that. She's like, yeah, mm-hmm. What are we
Madness.
talking about? The fuck is Anunnaki meat?
This is madness.
Holy
And, and that's why even like secure spiritual people, even in Africa, all this, they don't like when I talk to them about how this supernatural stuff is really a detriment to us. You can have whatever belief you have, but if we ain't doing CERN, if we ain't doing the other shit, it really don't matter. Know your enemy first, yeah. Know them and do better than them. That's how you win. This
Right.
supernatural shit is not how you win.
We might have to do that every time. Just
But
after we done chopping it
we
up.
got to earlier. Like maybe get three people to feel comfortable and then cut it off because yeah, we got to cut it off earlier than that.
That's that front hand backhand shit. That front hand back. Look up front hand backhand Key and Pill. The dude was they tricked this dude into playing this damn game. Front hand. He's like, you want front hand or you want backhand? And he said, front hand, and he slapped him. And then he's like, no, no, do it again, do it again. And he said, front hand, backhand. He said, this time backhand. Like he was really trying to figure it out. And he's like, look, man, do you not get that? We just sitting here fucking with you, man. We just slapping you. It don't matter which one you pick. Like, you gonna get the front hand or the back hand. And he said, no, y'all trying to trick me. Let me guess it again. Front hand. Like, fuck it. Well, just keep getting slapped. God, boy.
We got up to like 127 and we were freestyling, yo.
Said the woman is the one who created the Matrix and what? And then that lady was she came in. Yo, you right. I believe in all of this. What?
I've
Oh,
been
I didn't
listening
see
to what
it.
y'all
That said we
saying.
got up to 140. I didn't see that shit.
Oh, man, that's scary. It's kind of, it's funny, but it's scary at the same time.
No, it ain't
Very
funny. Look, bro, look. Cause you told,
Nah, it was
look,
funny,
I
nigga.
don't know if you got your phone. I said we better stop before we better stop before we get people really believing in what we saying. And then they start coming in, and I said, look how many people watching. And then the lady and the other chick start talking to each other, and I was like, this is shit. It's too easy. We can say anything, anything. You can start your live and say anything. They gonna show up.
scary. Very scary.
Ghost Dad was real. Yep. Yeah, it was real.
I said, we
Very
got
scary.
some beings that's going to pull up. I said, they think we by ourselves. They going when they pull up, we get our spirits right. They going to pull up, and yeah, yeah.
The crazy thing is with my questioning, I try to tell them like we ain't really the ones for this. They still didn't have the intuition to figure that shit out.
Yo,
I
if
think
that's
they.
how easy it is, I get why they be mad at us now. That's
Right.
how easy it is. You just literally say anything. It's hard to fucking grasp this shit. You can literally just say anything. We were
Right.
being sarcastic as hell. Voices were up an extra octave to let you know it's just humor. And it was like, yo, I've been listening to what y'all said. I'm like, okay, let's see what she got. And I was like, okay, that shit was funny. Okay, okay. And then she was like, I'm looking at her face. I'm like, she is serious.
Serious. Dead
And
ass serious.
don't forget the laughter in the background. I couldn't stop laughing. That's the part. There was laughter in the background, there was sarcasm, and they really was like, well, it's time to talk. Whew.
I agree with everything you guys are saying. Egypt is in America. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Then I started hitting them with that Nation of Gods and Earth shit and all that. And they couldn't. They still was with it. They still was with the bullshit.
But this is what I think a lot of them just want somebody to talk to.
Yes, that's my hypothesis. Yep, that's one of them. I was putting my hypothesis in the chat and they was still kept going.
I still think they deserve to be heard and understand it because it's some shit be true. You know, they going through stuff is fucked up, but at the same time, we got to make examples. We got to show people how dangerous this shit is. If you've been on the fence, hop the fuck off. It's dangerous. Logic is if you think anything came from a creator, it's your fucking logic. The ability to make sense of things, to see things have a function. They have some type of pattern to it, understanding. That shit we just didn't have no understanding to it. It was just all chaos. Get off the damn fence.
It was sad for real. Everybody keeps saying it was sad. It is sad, but we do have to talk to these people. We do have to kind of figure them out so we can help. Like you really can't make a movement about nothing unless you do talk to them. So a lot of us love the debate, but no, we wasn't debating. We was sitting back and listening. Now you see both of those examples and the other third person, it was trauma. All of them. It
Yep.
was trauma. That
Now, I
goes
don't
in the
have a
back.
problem talking with the people that believe like they believe. I don't have a problem with that. But at some point, you gotta help us help you. When we start asking you questions, you gotta be willing to listen and understand where we coming from. You can't be like real. Then I say this all the time. They cannot accept an L. She could not accept the fact that she kept contradicting herself. She's like, "No, let me explain it. Let me explain it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you."
Linda, listen.
And let me tell you something as a person has who has studied sociology. Those same people, if they were in a different life and somebody was telling them don't be ableist and blah blah blah, they would jump on the trend and say, oh, don't be ableist. We got so close to ableism in the conversation and they was like facts, facts, special ed facts. That's when I already knew these people are compromised in a way that they don't even understand. They would not be in another live and be like facts, facts, yeah, small bus, facts.
When I start
Right.
talking about kindergarten and preschool, that's when the influxuation came
The
in.
blocks. And you got
Right.
the
And they just
blocks.
sat there. They sat there because they thought they were being understood. And then, because I stand on my principles, y'all start talking about LGBTQ in the wrong way, then I tell y'all, don't do that. I'm about to leave. F y'all, right? That's my principle. And I know they have the principle that if somebody says anything like the R word or whatever, that they would jump on anybody else in anybody else's life, but they felt so heard here, they didn't do it.
And literally, I know for a fact they don't know none of the shit that I was even saying. I know it for a fact, and you can still. That's why people making money doing this shit. So how gullible we are mentally.
Right.
This shit
When,
dangerous, y'all.
Yeah.
I can't.
when
I
you
can't.
said
I'm not
what,
even. I'm look because this is what happened. Listen. We were off the top of the dome. Now let's just say we sat down and we just studied some shit, put some shit together, and we freestyled that shit. But we did it in like in a lecture way, like a not even a lecture. Let's say we gave a PowerPoint presentation and we lined all the shit up we was talking about. That's dangerous.
Dangerous. Because
mm-hmm,
that's feeding when you can do that. You're feeding. And that's what they didn't realize. You're feeding this shit. And all somebody got to do is give you an ear. And it ain't the host, it's the people in the audience that be listening as well. It's
yes.
people on the outside of the door listening.
Right.
Stick on your principles. That's all you can do. That's really all you
It
can
was it
do.
was like we was
So you
passing the torch.
right.
Everybody would say like a 10 second, and then another person they go and they say their little 10 second, and it's like they was eating out of the palm of our fucking hands, bro.
That's why I made that Father Divine video and said, all I know is that the only way that we can get people on the right path is to give them something to pretend about. And it's
That's
sad.
dangerous, though. That's dangerous.
Hey, do y'all remember back when we was, Live House? I was saying we need a book. If we had a doctrine, it would be totally different.
Facts.
Word up. If we had a doctrine, this should be even with the truth because they can read it. It's tangible. It's in their hand. But we already see they fall for anything.
That's why I'm promoting Mo Facts book like I'm doing because, okay, let's make that a book study. That one book is going to change their whole minds. And we keep going from there.
We
You're
gotta
right.
get them to go get it though.
We got a book.
Right.
Mo, you should have made it a new age spiritual book.
Man,
just to do it.
I don't know if I could do that.
That was
I can,
crazy. It didn't even feel right
Yeah,
doing
it
that.
was funny at first. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This lie was funny as hell at first. Then I
right.
started seeing the seriousness. Like, bro,
Hmm.
y'all think we real? I thought they was coming in and just play with us. No, they were real with it.
That was sad. That really was sad. And I was about to push shit over and be the annoying one. I'm glad I didn't though, so we could talk to her personally. But I don't like it. I don't like it. And we might be on other people's social media like, look, they speak in facts. That's the part that I don't like.
We was
Jay
talking
said
about
blame Rashad
days.
Jamal. He said blame Rashad Jamal.
That nigga's he ain't the antichrist. He anti chromosome.
Word up.
He said that shit ain't even real. You ain't got no chromosomes, but your chromosomes is different from theirs. But I don't have any.
Stop.
You ain't got none.
And when he told a story, he gonna say, "Yeah, my intuition was right. You know, I just said one sentence and then we was done." That's what he's gonna say.
Look how many people follow him. We basically did a version of him today.
Yup. No,
This is
it wasn't even scripted.
no, it was not. The
Improv.
Christian started off, he started playing, so we all start playing, and then they just start flocking in.
Listen, I didn't even know what was going on until I heard the third one of y'all go. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me slide up in here too, because this seems like shit right here. Word up. Word up. And I was like, yo, I could use some real other shit. We done already did the Exodus, so I could throw some of that in there, some Joshua. And these motherfuckers just mix everything. I'm using Islam, Nation of Gods and Earth, everybody.
Right? See,
Every
All
I thought we was gonna say a little bit about like what the black indigenous people believe in, and then they was gonna come up like I was trying to trick one of them to get into the box, and then I was like, they not gonna show up, so let's just keep playing, and then they start taking this shit for real.
I said the nigga camera messed up. I said I had three people was trying to send me pictures of the pyramids where they live at, and it just kept disappearing off their phone. I believe that.
Hey,
that
you said
motherfucker damn sure did.
you said a white woman is at my house now looking at blah blah. Yeah, yeah, that's facts. Okay.
Yup.
They control your phone.
I said, let me go check my door.
Why the hell would you need to delete the picture of some shit that's in front of everybody? What the fuck? That don't even make sense. Let me take a picture. This shit is outside in the
They
open, a
might
big ass pyramid.
I didn't hear that. She said the FBI watching her.
Yeah, she said that.
yeah.
The FBI been watching me, and then she tells her whole story of her life. That's why I said the trauma thing is huge. If you think the FBI is watching you, so you get on TikTok, which you're telling everybody, oh, it's owned by this, and then you didn't know this, and so then you start telling your whole story. You actually need a therapist, or even at the least a black elder.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Her
it
telling
was
her story,
fun. This was fun.
telling her
It was
story was
fun
the end of
chat.
it.
Go ahead, Tristan.
Oh, I was saying her telling her story was the end of it for me. Like I didn't like that part because then she's so gullible. She been through war, she been through this and that, and she still felt it was okay to come on live and talk about that kind of stuff. That's why I told her keep coming back. We will be here for you at the end of the day, but the fact that she felt so comfortable because we was talking about the Kundalini rising, that's scary.
Look, the other dude got the fuck
Man,
up.
it is.
Then the Nelly dude.
Man, he got a one star spin. He was like, tup, tup, tup,
No,
tup, tup,
she
tup.
kept talking to us after we told her it was an experiment. She just kept talking like she didn't hear that part.
It wasn't me. You wasn't talking to me. We was talking about this, that, and karma and that. I said, yeah, I made that shit up too. Well, you got me confused with her.
I said, how
It's
do
just
you?
like, God dang, man. I just said I stole your shit. I'm confessing to it. You didn't do it. I did do it. I'm telling you, I did it. No, you didn't.
Fix your shit.
Nah, nah. I don't
Fran.
accept that.
And then
Rules
people think we're
correctly.
joking, yo, that it's fucked up like this. We're not joking when we say that it's easy to bamboozle us with
What-
frivolous information.
Listen, if y'all think we lying, go create a dummy account and just start posting Egypt's in America. You can meditate, astral project, and go into space.
I'm
Everything
about to
we
do
talked
it.
about tonight, post it and watch how many followers y'all get within a week.
I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. It's gonna get on my nerves.
Y'all saw how many came up in here. We don't never get 100 and something people in here when we talking about the stuff we talk about. We start talking about some strange shit and they flock. They flocked in.
Look, when you check, I bet you it's gonna be over 500 of them because the number kept changing. It stayed so high. I bet you it's gonna be about 500, between 350, 500 people. Yeah. As soon as we opened the pot, they was like, "Damn,
Got me. Shit.
we got the fuck up out of here." Yeah,
Strange.
and look, I don't want the audience to think, yeah, this shit didn't feel good to me at first. It was humor at first, but once we seen how I seen how like captivated they were, easily driven down the wrong path. It was like, damn, man, and they just kept going,
Yo,
even when we say
I
it's
thought she was
bullshit.
playing. When she started talking about that egg shit, I was like, nah, this nigga's serious.
Yeah, I thought somebody was gonna say, "Look, y'all need to get out where Earth speaks and Mister Lost Knowledge."
I couldn't say it because she kept talking.
And then she went into her story, and that changed everything up. We had to let that rock. We had
Right,
to
right,
lend that ear. Look, we
right,
didn't even tell no more jokes after that. We just let her spill her shit. And once she was done and she slid out of that zone, we tried to feed something. She started going right back in. And I ain't about to tamper with that right there. Not me.
right. I'm not. That may if people repost this and I see it again, that's gonna be the thing that makes me sad. Is that she felt that comfortable over what we were saying that was nonsensical. That's gonna make me sad, and I'm gonna stand on that.
No, I don't think nobody screen recorded it, so we should be good.
I don't mean to keep laughing, man, but shit. We sitting up in the studio, we motherfucking 4 deep in here rolling.
Right? We was bouncing off each other and shit, having
Freestyle.
fun. And then it just went left.
I ain't think
Wait,
nobody was coming up.
yo, when I was on mute, I literally said, "Man, I said, man, what the fuck just happened?" That's literally what I said. I had the oven mitt in my hand. I was about to pull the shit out the oven, and I stopped. I said, "Man, what the fuck just happened? Is this serious?"
I'm telling you, caught off guard because I didn't add on until they got up because y'all was doing it for a minute, and I'm like, wait a minute, somebody about to get up on the stage with this shit,
I thought they was gonna be like, "Man, y'all need to stop. I've been
right?
listening to
Right?
y'all, and you need to quit." And then I was like, "Okay, well, I guess this person with it then." Yeah, I've been listening, and so I thought that was the code. So they ain't going
Right,
against it. So you with it. So you like, I've been listening to y'all. I caught on. So if you was listening from the beginning, then you saw us go into the jokes. Nah, you wasn't
I
listening.
think they overlooked that shit, bro.
What the fuck was you? What was you listening to? What did you? A bunch of laughing and everything else.
How
They
was that
probably,
funny?
they,
If we was really
yeah, they
speaking
probably
knowledge and
thought
we
our
believed it,
laughing
how was
shit was
that
shit.
funny?
Yeah.
Yo, when I seen it hit 140, like this is a motherfucking shame, man. This is a shame. Word up.
nah,
And
Patah.
as soon as
Literally,
Tristan opened, right, my bad.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say, if people rewatch this whole thing, right, your what you were saying, ends everything because you weren't making no damn sense at all. And they was like facts. Uh like your contribution shows that people will believe anything.
And all that shit. He said, and all that shit, and Gideon and all that shit, and
Facts.
that stuff, and
Facts.
what God was trying to do and all that. It was in the comments talking about something. Yup. Praise God. It's your spinal
Yeah,
fluid.
you're
Yup.
right, Jay. That is what happened. When we start talking about that strange shit, our algorithm changed.
Yeah,
Facts.
we're gonna do it again. Goddamn. We can do it again. Now we know we got the algorithm. So check this out. I got a crew that's talking about in 2026 that they're gonna make the pilgrimage through the Grand Canyon over to Africa.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
and they say they need funding from the public. They say they got all the documents they need, so they're ready to go. Take a
No,
crew.
let's push for that. I'm gonna donate. Let's push it.
Yeah.
Donate. I'm going with them.
Right. Boy, that's the Great Voyage right there.
I want to see the look on their faces when they go. You know how people go on vacation and they be like, y'all got your cameras, y'all just be like videotaping everything that you see. My camera gonna be on all their faces. I'm, I'm not gonna give a fuck about the Grand Canyon. I'm gonna record them. It's gonna be like a documentary.
I should dress up and get there before them when they pull
So,
up.
so
Welcome,
look,
my brothers and sisters. You made it.
so
Hotep.
they supposed to be searching for a special clone that you got to put up against the rock and all of this other shit and all that. Like y'all shit sound like some Tomb Raider shit. Are y'all fucking serious? Yeah, they looking for a stone.
But the look on their faces is gonna be amazing, bro. Because they ain't gonna find shit.
Right, right. Not only can you take a boat in the Colorado River to get there, there's helicopters. So once you're over it, you could see that it would keep going. Outside of the maps, there's water that ends America or whatever. So you would see it for yourself. But if y'all want to do that travel, I will pay for it. I will pay for you to walk through the Grand Canyon.
If they go in 2026, I want to be there with them. I'm gonna
Man, they gonna
record
make up
them.
something. They gonna make up something, bro. They gonna be like, man, they
That's
moved
why.
it.
That's why I want to be there to record that shit. So they
Yeah,
ain't no getting out of it. I'm like, I was there. I recorded all y'all.
yeah.
And your
Show me.
TikTok name would make it possible too, because they would know you Hotep. So like, come on, let's go.
I send energy then.
Yeah, the big homie told me to watch out for that. That's something they're supposed to be doing. And you know who is supposed to be one of their main funders of this program, right? Because he felt like he made enough off the community, so he could at least put something back.
He ain't make enough, bro.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he
That's what he's
blocked
supposed
me, so I
to do.
can't say I can't see shit. So
And they make it they trying to make it sound so serious, a $6 million expedition. So we know you want funding, huh?
Fact,
that's a vacation, bro.
Right,
fact.
right.
Going to the Grand Canyon, that's a vacation. Look, cause you got a hotel and you got restaurants that you gonna have to eat. And you talk about taking a mad, that means you got to do a group block at a hotel.
Hmm.
Then you got
If
to pay
they
for their food.
if they ain't talking about what the tribes that own that land is talking about, you already know they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They don't have restriction. There's I think
He
there's
really
two
got-
I think there's two tribes that actually are of that land. You can't give them restriction. That's theirs.
Yeah, it is there. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
they
used to. It
got the
used to
shit.
be a tribe that actually lived inside that bitch.
They
Yep.
still live there. That's why the helicopter rides go down there. There's houses, hotels, and stuff like that on the bottom in a certain spot. But even without those two things, like they're allowed to go and be on their land.
All over it. You can't
And
take
if they
horses.
if they ain't talking to them, they really is silly.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. That's what he's saying. He's talking to because they well, not to try to go too far in it, but $6 million. Who you paying off? You know what I'm saying? Are you paying to move somebody out the way so you can keep going? What are you talking
He
about?
got audited and fined. That's what it is.
Right. You trying to get your taxes straight up. You know, we know it's the loopholes. We know how that works. Trump showed that shit.
You don't need that many. You don't need $6 million to take people on the expedition to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, he said they
You can
making it.
do that shit with $15,000.
Hmm.
Sounding a little Umarish to me.
Right?
Yeah, they get ready to work him though because they done already found out. Whoever it was that knew, they already spilled the beans. They said,
Oh,
see if it's really going down. What do you mean you want to see if that's too long to wait for somebody to put some money together? Umar did
yeah.
that 8 years, 9 years. Hell no. They want to make it look so prestige. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around with them niggas got a bunch of Winnebagos and all that.
Right. I got a
That
new
that
chain.
Vacation.
That's
Who
why
over
you
there?
have to be careful about people who say they're the leaders and coming up with these ideas because it's all a nonprofit type base where people think
Yeah.
nonprofit means like, oh, I'm just doing this for charity. Look, when I ever want to do a nonprofit, I could tell myself or tell the government I have to make $1 million a year. If I make $1 million with grants, blah blah blah, that goes to me first. It it doesn't matter if $27 is left out of the 1 million, then that's all I have to pay out to the people. So at the end of the day, people don't even understand how all that stuff works. So they're thinking everybody's doing things to be nice just because they have a nonprofit.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of rude that he do that because what the elders are saying is that that would give room for somebody to cause reparations to be pushed back because now we looking at a totally different, you know what I mean? Whole different boggle of bullshit.
Yeah. I'm about to call it a night, y'all.
All right, man. You already know what it is. Bill,
Yes. That was
All right,
fun.
man.
We might be famous hoteps tomorrow, though.
yeah,
Right?
they
They tricked us.
We
nah,
agents.
we just gotta start off like that every day. Fuck
Good night.
it. On some bullshit.
Yeah.
Everybody say peace, peace to the God.
We gotta do like the War of the Worlds and tell them in the beginning that it's just a joke.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't see it at the beginning, we get to the third
Yeah,
quarter.
that's on them. That's on them if they don't see it from the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, we
Right.
told you shit.
We said it.
All right, y'all.
Hey,
All
All
right.
Take it
right.
Good
easy
night.
now. Peace, peace. Get the book. Link in the bio. Peace.
all right.
Yeah.